hello there, beauties and gentle beauties, and welcome to our Valentine's Day party celebration hot date with Mettaton. I'm very excited. Look, it's beautiful over here, see? Shun, looking fantastic in that dress. Little necklace, little white rose, ready to date. It's got the Valentine's Day stuff in the background. I'm wearing bling nails, bling. This is the fanciest necklace I own, and a fancy dress. So we have to look good and fabulous for Mettaton, ne? I'm very excited to do this game. Today we are playing Dancing with a Beautiful Robot, which is a fan game made by Khywae. I'm hoping I'm saying the name correctly. When I was looking for what we should do on Valentine's Day, I knew I wanted to date Mettaton. Because why would you not want to date Mettaton? Dating Mettaton would be great on any day, but it's especially sweet on Valentine's Day, meh? So I was like looking around, whatever, you know. My expectations were like 0. I was expecting maybe like a goofy flash game that was 5 minutes long, or like something with like very low effort but kind of like cute and funny. I did not expect a full-fledged dating visual novel game that's like pretty high quality for like especially for a fan game. This is Khywae was not messing around is all I'm saying. So I'm very excited. I haven't played it or tried it, but I looked at it on the itch.io page, which you can check out in the description below. And it's so promising. Like, girl, I'm so excited. So, you ready to get started? You ready to date? If you are someone who does not have a date on Valentine's Day, well, guess what? Now you do. It's Mettaton. Hello? You couldn't get a better date than that. So, ready to get started? Let's do this. Alright, here we go. I thought I would show this. This is the name of the person. In case I said it wrong. Yes. Thank you very much for making this game. I already can tell it's gonna be good. So let's do this. I'm very excited. Okay, here we go. New game. Enter name. Please enter your name, darling. Melt. Welcome, Melty. This is already the best Valentine's Day ever, right? I think so. Let's go with she. She, her, hers. We're all set, gorgeous. Okay, NTT. Oh. Okay, here we go. Under a bright pink cherry blossom tree, a humanoid robot goes down on one knee in front of a human woman. His hair sways in the wind as he begins to speak. I love Roboton. I love you. Since the day I met you, you've brought so much light into my life. I cannot hold these feelings inside my chassis anymore. Oh. This is very nice, isn't it? I'm so excited. This is so high quality, right? I feel like what a treat. You know, fan game. This is such a high quality fan game already. I can't believe it. Okay. Mettaton fans are good fans, nah. Your phone rings and you groan, prying your eyes from your laptop screen for a moment to search for the object. And right in the middle of the climax, oh, Robotron, I love you too. Zoe begins to cry and hugs the robot melodramatically. I knew nothing could separate us, not even a premature oil leak. You stop searching for your phone and look back at the screen, chuckling at the choice of words. Wow. The phone keeps ringing and you tisk as you grab it, finally answering the call. The couple on the screen is now crying in each other's arms. Hello? Who the heck is Emmett? Oh. Okay. Hey Melty, it's me, Emmett, the new secretary. Oh hey, what's the matter? You turn back to the laptop screen where the couple are making out as fireworks blow off in the distance. Damn it, you missed the beginning of the kiss scene! There's a meeting. Now Robotron's carrying the woman in his arms as his legs turn into rockets. Ooh. Melty, are you still there? You blink and pause the video so you can concentrate on the call. Yes, sorry. I was watching the new show on Channel 12. Oh, the new show. They've really outdone themselves, right? He chuckles as you pause the video, now stopped it still of Robotron's butt. I'm not sure the boss will be very happy about it. You think? A chuckle leaves your mouth as you imagine your boss's reaction. This new show is clearly a bad imitation of his style. Emmett snorts, but then clears his throat. Well, I actually called to tell you that you've been summoned to a meeting. You furrow your brows at the unexpected information. A meeting? When? Now? Really? Right now? Looking at the clock in the far back of the dance studio, you sighed. You still have a few minutes before your break is over. Who called the meeting? The boss himself. Mettaton. This is so... Like, I knew this is what I was playing today, but somehow I'm, like, not emotionally prepared. I don't know. This is so good. You arrive at the meeting place on time, but the boss isn't there yet. Your coworkers keep whispering between themselves, wondering why he called a meeting on such short notice. During my break. So, this is like a different floor of this dance studio. So fancy. They're pink and maroon. Only some of the managers of each sector of the MTT Enterprise are present. Oh. You greet them as you get in and sit in a chair besides Deanna, who is eagerly waiting for you. There's new characters. I like this. Her silver hair is a beautiful mess, like always. Oh! Do you have any idea what's happening? Wow! Everyone's so cool. No clue. She sighs and goes to ask another new arrival while you watch her with amusement. Do you think? No! We can't date anyone but Mettaton! That's not what I came here for. But I wonder if you were able to. What kind of game? Diana's curiosity always gets the best of her. She's the manager of fashion design, one of the big sectors of the company. Some of the others include music, finances, publicity, choreography. You're responsible for the latter. Can you imagine me a choreographer? Girl. Oh, you've been working with Mettaton for 2 years now. That's not bad. In your senior year of your college dance major, the human world was shaken by the sudden news that monsters would now live on the surface. You heard stories about monsters and how they used to live in harmony with humans in the distant past, but that's all you thought they were, stories. But then monsters were everywhere and people couldn't ignore them anymore. The child ambassador, Frisk, was the one responsible for mediating the negotiations between monsters and humans. This is so good! This is so exciting. They made it possible for monsters to begin to integrate within the human world. It was then that the human world got to know Mettaton. The boxy robot took the entertainment industry by storm and began to quickly gain popularity among humans with his YouTube videos. You were delighted by his humor and charisma and decided to make your final college choreography project about him. Oh, wow. A tribute, if you will. Eh? What kind of... I can't imagine doing like an undergrad thing. Like, yeah, what do you do for your thesis to graduate college if you're like a dance major? I guess you choreograph a big dance? I can't imagine being dancing as your like career. I think that's so cool, but I can't. It's like so not what I can imagine. Some of your professors haven't approved of your choice, but the prejudice clear in their words as they evaluated you. But not even 2 days had passed before you received a call asking if you were interested in meeting Mettaton. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You thought it was a prank, but you jokingly agreed anyway. Only a second later, someone knocked on your door, and it was the robot himself! Unmistakable in his boxy form. He then asked your astonished self if you wanted to be his choreographer. Oh my god. He said he saw your very glamorous, his words, presentation, and then it was exactly what he wanted for his own shows. You agreed and your life changed drastically as you began to work for Mettaton. His popularity grew fast, and after a year he got his own primetime show, broadcast every weeknight. At first most people were hesitant, but they soon accepted the boxy robot in his shows, and you got used to the charismatic and dramatic personality in your life and the caring way he treated his fans and employees. Do you think, like... Who do you think... Okay, no, I'm not gonna tell you. I know one person is in this. But is, like, the whole crew gonna be here? Like, is Burger Pants in this game? Maybe too used to it. The door slams briskly, taking you away from your thoughts. Hello, darlings. I have to go somewhere after this, but I was thinking, like, about drawing on, like, a Mettaton kind of thing. But I don't have, like... It would look weird with, like, I guess regular skin, huh? It's fine. Beautiful. Mettaton poses in the doorway. In his EX form, his bright smile almost blinding you. Did you miss me? Your coworkers cheer as you chuckle. He has his office clothes on, but that doesn't mean it's any less flashy. You can almost swear he has glitter on his collar, but that's nothing extraordinarily coming from your boss. As he enters the room, some coworkers can't help but swoon at the sight of him. He has that effect on both people and monsters, and it's obvious in his expression that he loves it. I'm ecstatic to see all my lovely managers here. As always, he glances at you and winks. You smile back at him. You wink as well in response, and he grins, seemingly satisfied with your reaction. So, darlings, the reason for this impromptu meeting is quite simple. I'm sure you are all well aware of the show Channel 12 just aired. He grins, but his eyes flash bright red for a split second. He clears his throat. Their pathetic attempts of imitating me are getting irritating, to say the least. We need new performance for next weekend, one that will show them the real MTT show. He looks at the stunned employees. You know, trying to date someone like this, I don't know. I don't know how to interact with someone like this. I very much enjoy a very flamboyant type of human. But I don't know what to say to this kind of person either. I feel very shy. I'm all ears, darling. After a moment of silence, people raise their hands in a rush and begin to talk over each other, trying to get Mettaton's attention. You sigh, pinching your bridge of your nose. It's always like this. We can make a play with bright pink costumes. Mettaton waves his hand, scrunching up his face. That's too obvious. My MTT, the movie XXXI, was all about that. Or 31, sorry, I don't know what. I want something new, darlings. Come on. A new lights, camera, Mettaton challenge. Diana shakes her head, leaning close to the person to whisper. It needs to be a performance. Oh. In the middle of the chaos, you look out the window, watching the building shine under the morning light. Your eyes widen suddenly when an idea crosses your mind. Looking back at the commotion, everyone is still talking over each other. Should you speak up or not interrupt? Oh, God! I think if we allow the chaos to keep going, then it's kind of a mess, ne? Maybe we should be like, hold it! Guys, I have a great idea! But I don't have a great idea, but maybe Melty in the game does. She's very talented, she can dance. Since everyone is talking, you might as well say your piece too. With a deep breath, you raise your hand. Here it goes. Mettaton's eyes light up as they lock onto you. Yes, beautiful, speak up. You can feel everyone's gaze on you and it makes you falter for a moment. Well, we're a dancer, right? I guess even dancers get nervous, nah? I don't know. Don't dancers like the attention? Don't people who love the limelight, don't they like that? I can't relate, but I don't know, right? Maybe not all the time. You lock your own eyes on Mettaton's pink ones and focus. We can make a show that has some of your old songs. Then at the end we release a new one showing a different side of you. Ooh. Like a medley, you know? I like that. I like that. Seeing him paying attention to what you have to say gives you the courage to keep going. That way we can show them what the MTT show really is and what it can be. Mettaton lets out an interested hum. And what kind of new song do you mean, darling? I bet the old song we cannot use, right? I don't think you can use, like, old assets of, like, Undertale in this. Nah. You stop cursing inwardly. You didn't think that far ahead. Not for, like, this kind of higher production thing. Nah. Sifting through your scrambled thoughts, you try to think of something as everyone's eyes are on you. A song with more romance. You suggest, almost letting out a sigh of relief at having an idea. Everyone knows you're quite fond of them. A smile lifts your lips as you remember that most of Mettaton's songs include romance, the other ones being mainly about himself. The robot laughs at your words. Is it too obvious? You spend a few seconds just smiling at each other when someone coughs. Archie! Or just all sorts of people! Archie, I like your haircut! It's very cute. Let's make it more sensual. You freeze in place. What? Did you hear that? Did you hear it right? Mettaton looks surprised for a moment, but then he bites his lip. Oh my. Archie, Mettaton's human image consultant. Human image consultant? I would want to have a job as a human image consultant. I like this. Continues with a smile. You've never used a sensual theme for humans before, Mettaton. Now could be the time. It'll be amazing for your image. Mettaton looks to his side as he thinks about the new idea, and everyone holds their breath with anticipation. You, on the other side, swallow hard. Mettaton has been playing it safe since he arrived on the surface, trying to test out the waters first. You yourself even advised him to do that exact thing 2 years ago. But Archie's right. If Mettaton makes a sensual song now, it'll be a total hit. What is the song gonna be? The only problem is that you'll have to make a sensual dance for your boss, and then actually teach him the dance. This is so good already. Just thinking about it has your stomach flipping in a mix of excitement and embarrassment. You mentally cross your fingers, hoping Mettaton would prefer something else. But he glances at you, and by the look in his eyes, you know you've lost. This is everything I wanted it to be. He turns to the others, grinning. I love it. You sigh as your coworkers celebrate, clapping excitedly. Diana smiles, giving you a look, and you do your best to ignore her. Diana knows. Mettaton laughs, the sound of it standing out amongst the commotion. Alright, beauties, we have 1 week. Let's create the most fabulous, blazing, and sensual performance the human television world has ever seen. Let's get to work, darlings. The others cheer and you give a nervous smile as you look around. Everyone is already leaving the room. Work has to be done. You begin to follow Diana to the door when a certain someone stops right in front of you, blocking the way. Mettaton smiles down at you, his metal skin shining with the bright light coming from outside. Wait a moment, darling. I need to talk with my most prized choreographer. Diana waves goodbye at you and you watch as she and the others go back to their work, leaving you alone with your boss. He walks a step forward and you swallow dry, doing your best not to take a step back. Mettaton chuckles as he analyzes your face. Why do you look so nervous? You've been a huge help in the past with your glamorous choreography, darling. I know you can do it. You bite your lip, not wanting to tell him that's not really the problem. Alright, what I'm going to say might cheer you up. You arch one eyebrow, curiosity filling your mind as Mettaton strides even closer to you and whispers in your ear. At the end of the week, I'll give you a surprise. Something you've been wanting for a long time. Your heartbeat speeds up in response to his closeness. What is it? You have no idea what he means, but the way he said it was oddly suggestive, making your heart hammer in your chest, and that can't be good for your health. Mettaton just smirks at your question as he gives a step back. You'll have to wait and see, beautiful. He then winks and touches your shoulder as he leaves, fingers lingering on your skin. Toodles! Left alone in the meeting room, you hear his footsteps going further away. You take a deep breath. 1 week. You can do this. But as you glance the empty doorway where your boss had been just a moment ago, his words repeat in your mind like a broken record. What does Mettaton have in store for you? I can't with this game. It's so good. It's so good. I feel like it's kind of a common romance trope, falling for your boss, stuff like that. But in real life, that's like a total nightmare, right? I don't know. I don't recommend that. But I feel like it's in a lot of stuff, a lot of these kind of things, you know? Anyway, before going to work the next day, you read, for the 10th time, a bunch of internet articles with titles like, Are you falling for your boss? After the events from yesterday, you decide you need to be careful, especially if you're going to be professional in making the choreography for Mettaton. But even if the articles promise 100% efficiency, when giving tips not to fall for your supervisor, it says, it's definitely going to work, subscribe for more. They don't help calm your nerves. Although they do tell you that you probably just hold your boss in high regard and advise you not to overthink it. As if it's that easy. I have never fallen for a boss. Thank God. But I guess if you like really, like they say, if you really like admire this person, like, wow, they're so good at this, you see their like strengths a lot. I don't know, but I feel like don't do that until you leave the company. I don't know, you know, I don't know. Let's not. This is a Mettaton dating game. Let's not. We don't need to analyze that strong, but you know what I mean. Deep inside, you know you know that what you feel is something else, and it worries you even more since these feelings could make you lose your job. Yeah, see? Okay. Even this game's gonna attach to this is yeah. After some bad experiences with employees dating in the company, and one event where, in order to woo someone, a monster employee flexed his muscles so hard it blew out all the ninth floor windows. I wonder who that is. Mettaton's friend, Dr. Alphys. Oh! Mettaton's friend, Dr. Alphys and Archie, his image consultant, suggested that he implement a romance ban in the office, following the example of some Japanese companies. Yeah, a lot of Japanese companies do this, ne? Alphys actually looked more excited about people secretly breaking the rule. It'd be just like in an anime, she whispered with shining eyes. Since at the time, Mettaton was still trying to make a name for himself in the human world, and window-breaking scandals would be bad for the company's image, the ban was implemented. Mettaton didn't like to fire anyone because of this rule, but it had happened before. 2 years later, you know some employees date in secret like Dr. Alphys predicted, but unfortunately no more windows have been broken since then. People and monsters wonder if the rule also applies to Mettaton, and it's one of the main questions around the company. The majority thinks it does, but wonder why he would want to date an employee when so many models and pop stars are fighting for his attention. Either way, no one wants to risk it. However, it doesn't help that Mettaton is flirtatious by nature. That, to me, this is the hardest part about if you like somebody like this. If you like somebody like this, good luck. Because when do you know if they're being serious? Or they're like this with everyone? That, to me, is, that's difficult, man. That's difficult. He either doesn't know or doesn't care about personal space and can be very touchy-feely. You always try to stay professional and not let it interfere with your job, even if his flirting is constant. Mettaton hired you as his only choreographer, and he's counting on you. You know you can't let him down, but it's getting harder and harder to keep your cool near him with each passing day, and sensual choreography won't make it any easier. Sensual choreography, what? Is like a dirty dancing? I don't know anything about dancing. Zero. Nothing. You're stretching in the studio to get ready to dance when your phone beeps signalizing a message has arrived. Looking at the screen, you see it's from Mettaton. Hello, darling. Are you busy this morning? I may pay you a visit later. XOXO. Your heart beats faster at the thought of being alone with your boss again after what happened yesterday. What could he want? Your phone rings, almost making you jump. When you look at the name displayed on the screen, you see it's Diana. With a deep breath to calm your nerves, you accept the call. Hello? Hey Melty, do you have some free time? You think back to the message your boss sent you and bite your lip. Why? I need to discuss costumes for the show with you as soon as possible. Maybe you can help me out with something. Can you meet up at the conference room now? Oh, you rub your neck as you think. If you leave the studio now, Mettaton might appear and you'll lose the opportunity to talk to him, but if you don't go, you won't get to help Diana with the costumes. Nope, Diana's gonna have to deal. You can't lose the opportunity to meet with Mettaton. Maybe you can talk with Diana later. Sorry, Diana, I can't go right now. But it's urgent. I really can't, I'm sorry. You hang up before she gets... Okay, well, we should have said, Mettaton's coming and I have to teach him the thing. How about afterward? You just don't hang up on somebody. Whatever. Resuming your stretching, you wait for Mettaton to arrive. After a couple minutes, you hear the door handle move and look at the door with expectation. Oh. Uh-oh. Diana enters the room. Her intern, Lion, following... Lion? Leon? Maybe Leon. Her intern, Leon, following suit, his blue dress contrasting with the pink hues in the room. Diana, what are you doing here? I told you it's urgent. She sounds really desperate, but if Mettaton arrives now, you won't be able to talk to him properly. What should we do? I think we should talk to her, because she already came down here. It'll be weird if we're rude to her. Alright. Her face brightens up and you shake your head with a smile. What do you need help with? She gives you a sketchbook and begins to talk about her ideas for clothes for Mettaton and backup dancers. It turns out it really was urgent and she needs to start making them as soon as possible. You both sit on the ground and talk about the best type of cloth for the dance, the main colors, and how they should match with the sensual concept. Leon watches your conversation attentively, making notes in his small notebook from time to time. But, okay. Time passes and Mettaton doesn't arrive. You try not to let disappointment well in your chest, but you're glad you decided to help Diana instead of waiting on your boss. It's almost lunchtime when Diana needs to leave. She gets up telling Leon to go ahead and turns to you after the door closes. Thank you for your help. It was nothing. And about the dance. She hesitates for a moment and you arch an eyebrow. Yes? Are you okay with the theme? I'm fine. You answer quickly, and it's her turn to arch a brow at you, making you sigh. I just don't want to lose this job. Just don't stare too much at his legs, and you should be okay. You give a weak laugh. You know, that's basically impossible. Yeah. You laugh quietly together, your laugh having a hint of desperation in it. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about it. You're Mettaton's favorite little dancer. He won't fire you. I'd even say he might like this. You roll your eyes at her suggestive expression. Oh, please, the ban. Just stop worrying about the stupid ban for a second, okay? You cross your arms knowing that you can't just forget about it. He fired Anthony and Jessica last year. Yeah, but they were basically stalking and harassing him, Melty. You remember these two employees who wouldn't let Mettaton alone, always flirting and saying inappropriate things at the worst time. HR nightmare. You pass a hand over your face, sighing once more. Hey, we can do this. She puts a hand on your shoulder and smiles. I like Diana. She has cool hair. Focus on your dance and just let things happen. You smile back and accompany her to the door, watching as she leaves. Tell me if you need more help with the outfits. Will do. Diana waves at her retreating steps and makes sounds on the wooden floor. I read that weird. No, did we do something wrong? I'm worried. I'm worried. You go back to your studio and on the way stop to grab a quick lunch from box-shaped MTT fabulous vending machine. You see Burger Pants carrying a box of ice cream as he passes by, but decide not to bother him since he's so focused. The guy works part-time at the company's cafeteria and does some cameos in Mettaton's plays. Your boss once told you that he imagined Burger Pants would leave the job when they arrived at the surface, but the guy never left. You imagine it has to do with Mettaton offering him acting opportunities in his shows. Since then, Burger Pants seems to smile a lot more, and it's a different smile from that sarcastic one so characteristic of him. Sarcastic? His smiles in the game are like, his emotion, it's like something's busting at the seams. So it's not a smile, it's more like busting at the seam feeling. I don't know. Wait, so Mettaton did just stood us up or what? Although, I feel like if Mettaton in real life would be like 6 hours late to everything. And he would just show up like, I'm here. No, sorry, I'm late. No awareness for being like 6 hours late. It would just show up. And then if you were like, where were you? He'd be like, it takes a while to look this fabulous. You know, like that kind of person? Yeah, I think so. I think so, Nick. For the rest of the day, you try some movements for the dance. Mettaton's cousin, Nabstabluke, is working on the song for now, so you still don't know how the rhythm is going to be yet, but testing some steps will surely help accelerate the process of creating the choreography. So cool. I can't imagine trying to make a dance with no song. I can't imagine making a dance. I used to do that as a kid, though. I was a big into pretending to be a choreographer as a kid, but I don't know what happened, and now I can't do that kind of thing. So putting some slow and fast-paced sensual songs in a playlist to give you the feeling of the performance, you begin to move along with the beat. You lose yourself for a moment, closing your eyes, and then imagine the image of Mettaton moving along with you invades your thoughts, making them shift into a dangerous, embarrassing path that makes your cheeks heat up, and you stop cursing inwardly. The day when you saw him in his EX form for the first time is still fresh in your mind. You went to his office to ask him about a show, but when you opened the door, your eyes locked on two long legs in pink boots. Your eyes slowly went up from his new form as your astonished brain kept repeating, "Oh no, he's hot," in a loop. Mettaton still likes to remind you of that moment to this day. It was then that you began to think that what you felt when he was around could be more than just admiration. You shake your head and sigh, breaking away from your thoughts and focusing on the dance. It was also then that you decided to push that feeling deep down for the sake of your job. Even if Diana told you you'd be okay, you can't help but worry. You still want to work with Mettaton and to be with him. Until now, you did your best to pretend your heart didn't beat faster every time you saw him, or that his laugh didn't make you smile even when you were feeling down. But now you can't help but wonder if that's how you want things to be. Where is he? On your way... I screwed up, didn't I? I screwed up, didn't I? He never showed up. That's bad. On the way to your job in the morning. You read some articles about current music tendencies. We're not gonna get a good ending because I screwed it up already. Since you work on in the entertainment industry, you always have to keep an eye on new trends. One article talks about the rise of pop songs with provocative lyrics at the moment and discuss how monster music was getting more and more visibility. You smile at the latter. It's about time. Monsters are working really hard to insert themselves in the human world, but prejudice is their greatest opponent. The company's corridors are bustling as you make your way to the sound department. We're gonna meet Blookie. Things are already getting chaotic, but it's always like this before a big event. Oh my god. Look at Mettaton. Something. I cannot read this. Dead mouse. Napstablook has their headphones on when you arrive at their studio. Blookie! I'm so happy! They asked you to meet with them to discuss the new song and you promptly agreed. You need the music to base your choreography on it, so the faster it's ready, the better. You wave at Napstablook as you enter. Oh, hello, Melty. They take their headphones off as they approach you. I'm glad you could come. You smile at them. The ghost is still shy around you, but it's much better than when you first met, when they turned invisible every time you looked at them. No problem. How's the song going? Okay, I guess. They float to their laptop and open a file. Music fills the room and you move your head along with the beat. I made this bass a while ago. I was waiting for the best opportunity to use it. Music is the same thing. Choreography and music. How you do that? It's cool. I like both of those very much, but I don't understand how it just happens. How do you just make a bass and then you're like, oh, I'll use this in a new song? How you do that? I don't know. It's cool. It's still only the instrumental part, but you can feel the emotion in it. It's pretty great! You smile at them and they blink, their cheeks turning a light shade of blue. You think... Cute! So cute! You think so? Thank you. I want to make some changes to fit this sensual theme better. They give you a pen drive, and before you can ask why, they continue. I put a sample of the song on it so you can begin to work on the choreography. You get the pen drive from them with a smile. It was really kind of them to think of that. Thanks, Napstablook. They nod and seem to hesitate for a moment before saying, which music genre do you think would be good for the song? The article you read pops in your mind as the song keeps playing. It has a suave beat to it. Pop is really trending at the moment. Maybe we should stick with it. What do you think, Napstablook? They give you a smile, shy smile and nod. Can we date Napstablook? Oh, Mettaton will like it. He loves singing pop songs. He sure does. You smile at the thoughts of Mettaton singing, but thinking about him and the performance makes butterflies fly around your stomach, and you sigh at the lack of control over your emotions. Are you nervous? Napstablook pulls you away from your thoughts, and you look at them with a raised brow. Nervous? They nod slightly, and you wonder if they somehow know how you feel about the performance because of their magic. They look at you with attention. Is the choreography troubling you? You let out a chuckle, shaking your head in negative. That's not really the problem. Napstablook stays quiet for a moment as they seem to think. Is it because of the sensual theme? You almost splutter, but manage to compose yourself. No? To your relief, Napstablook continues as if nothing happened. Mettaton's really excited about it. He told me he can't wait to see the dance you're making. You smile. Your boss is usually really impatient with things, always eager to see the final results. Are you going to dance with him? Me? You put a hand to your chest, taken aback by the question. Oh no, I was thinking about directing everything from backstage. Oh. They look away, pensive, and you arch one brow, curious at their reaction. Why? It's nothing. It seems like there's something they don't want to tell you. Ah! I don't want to be mean to Blookie. I don't want to be pushy. Because I don't like pressure them. If it was like ask again and they're like, no, never mind. Change the subject. You decide to let it slide and change the subject, trying not to make the ghost uncomfortable. So, Napstablook, what's the next step for the song? They also don't have much time until the presentation, but you know they can do it. We need to work on the lyrics. Mettaton is better at this part. He says my lyrics are too grunge. You know Napstablook has a habit of being melancholic. Mettaton told you if one day his cousin asked you to lay down on the ground and feel like garbage with them, that you should lay down, but tell Napstablook to feel absolutely gorgeous instead. Oh. The ghost seems unsure for a moment before talking. Oh, you can call me Blookie if you want. But if you don't want to, that's okay too. You grin, trying to control the swirl of emotions in your chest. Mettaton's usually the only one who calls them that. You have been waiting for the ghosts to be comfortable around you since you met them, and it seems to finally be happening. This was a big step to making friends with Blookie, so you can't stop smiling. You're about to continue the conversation when someone knocks on the door. A second later, the door is thrown open anyway. Blookie, dear, are you here? At the sight of Mettaton, the butterflies in your stomach go out of control, and you want to slap yourself. Mettaton sees you and stops in his tracks. Oh my. He gives you a sly smirk and you swallow dry. What are you guys doing here alone? You wouldn't want to... We're working on the song. We're working on the song together. Blookie already has an idea. Mettaton gasps at your words. Blookie! Oh. Oh! I was... Wait, is he gonna get the wrong idea? I mean, I was kind of joking about, like, we should be able to date Blookie. I mean, kind of not. But considering this is Mettaton's game, I don't want to be dating Blookie. However, it would be fun to date a ghost as well. Whatever. Your eyes widen a fraction as it dawns on you. This is the first time Mettaton heard you calling Napstablook like that. You glance at Blookie and grin. Blookie and I are good friends. 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 I can see that. You keep staring at each other until Blookie makes a little noise. I'm interrupting, right? I guess I'll just go. Mettaton breaks the gaze and stops the ghost before they can leave. Nonsense! Come on, Blookie, show me the song you're working on. Okay. Blookie plays a sample of the song and Mettaton has a focused face on as he listens to it. The music keeps playing as Blookie turns to the robot. What do you think? I love it, Blookie. It'll go marvelously with the new concept. Oh, I'm glad. You watch their interaction with a smile. Mettaton always puts up a show when he's around other people, but when he's with Blookie, he's much more at ease. Like he can relax without having to entertain everyone all the time. It's a great sight. We still need to work on the lyrics. I know. The robot hums and his gaze shifts to you, catching you off guard. Anything you want to share, beautiful? Oh. He looks to the sides and once again remember the article from this morning. Provocative lyrics. I read today that provocative lyrics are trending right now. Blookie nods, agreeing with you. That's true. The radio doesn't stop playing that one called Fell in Love with a Monster. Mettaton hums, thinking for a moment. But how do humans use them in their songs, darling? There's no mystery, really. You let your eyes wander around the studio as you think of some examples. If the meaning is too heavy, most people tend to circle around it using metaphors instead. My, I see. He looks at you with an unreadable smile at you, and you arch one brow, staring back at him. What, you have an idea? He blinks as if breaking off a haze before a smirk lifts his lips. Not yet, darling, but I'm sure it'll come around. You nod, averting your eyes from the pink ones before your stomach erupts in butterflies again. Okay. With a sample of... I feel like that went okay, right? I think that went okay. With a sample of the song from Blookie, you leave them discussing the lyrics and go to your studio. You begin with the main dance, the one that Mettaton will perform. This time you force yourself to imagine your boss dancing to the insinuative song to better create the moves. You bite your lip at the image, but keep going. Why do they have to go with a sexy theme? You almost sigh as you move. It's indeed a great idea, but it doesn't make trying to stay professional any easier. A shriek leaves your mouth when you almost trip over your own feet and you breathe down hard. The choreography. Focus! Immersing yourself in the dance, you close your eyes and feel your body moving. You still have to go over the dance with Mettaton and the backup dancers when you finish, so you have to work fast or it won't be ready for Sunday. Making a super elaborate routine in a week is crazy, so you stick with some strong movements at the right moments. The day goes by quickly and you create the choreography, and soon the sun begins to cast pink hues in the sky. With Blukey's song playing for what seems like the millionth time, you try out the movements you created throughout the day, writing them down when you're sure about them. Writing them down? What do you write? Maybe they have names. The moves? The dance moves? I don't know. When the song finally ends, you come to a halt, breathing a little ragged from effort. You hear a chuckle. Working hard, I see, darling. You turn around and face the owner of the low voice. Mettaton's leaning on the doorframe, staring at you. But I wouldn't expect anything less from you. His eyes travel over your body, paying attention to your ragged breath, and you swallow dry. How long have you been here? You can't help the suspicion coating your voice, but Mettaton doesn't seem affected by your tone. Oh, not for long, dear. I didn't want to disturb you. You were so focused. You narrow your eyes at him, not really believing his words, and turn to get your bottle of water from the ground. When you turn to him again, you see his eyes locked on you. Averting your eyes from his gaze, you drink a bit of water, hoping the coldness of it will cease this hot feeling coursing through your veins. Mettaton clears his throat as he finally enters the room. So, how's the choreography going, darling? Did you think of something? You take another gulp of water before answering. The steps you saw are for backup dancers. The backup dancers part. I still have to create yours. What about you? Aren't you going to dance? I'll be backstage this time. You say, unintentionally squeezing the bottle in your hands and looking to the window, avoiding his gaze. Since we won't have much time to practice, I'll be back there making sure everything goes smoothly. This is the main reason, but the more urgent one revolves around your uncertainty dancing by his side with a sensual theme. You may end up doing something foolish, so it's better not to risk losing your job. Mettaton seems upset but nods. All right, I'll let it pass this time. Mettaton gives you his best convincing smile. But do you have anything ready yet, darling? A sneak peek that you can show me. You furrow your brows, confused. You were watching just now. He waves a hand dismissively, seeming dissatisfied with that his smile didn't work. Oh please, that wasn't enough to soothe my curiosity. You chew on your bottom lip for a moment, wondering what you should do. Show him! It won't hurt to show him something, right? You go to your laptop and press play on the song. Alright, just one part. Mettaton's eyes seem to shine as he smiles at you. Deal. You close your eyes and breathe deeply, concentrating as the upbeat melody fills the whole studio. When the right part comes, you open your eyes and begin to dance, trying to remember the steps you created earlier. As you move, you can feel Mettaton's eyes on you, but you focus your reflection in the mirror. Thankfully, that part of the song soon comes to an end and you stop trying to control your breathing. Mettaton claps and you give him a bashful smile as you go to the laptop and stop the song. I never get tired of seeing you dance. It inspires me. I'm so glad I found you 2 years ago. You swallow hard and grin, blaming the heat on your face for the effort of dancing. You could say the same about him. Thank you, boss. I'm happy to have met you. Mettaton opens his mouth to say something when his cell phone rings. It's obvious, right? It's obvious. Mettaton's like trying to, whatever. Excuse me for a moment, darling. You watch as he turns around and answers the phone. MTT talking. There's a silence for a moment as he listens to whoever is on the other side of the line, and you look over your choreography notes, trying not to pay attention to the conversation. What? You almost jump at Mettaton's loud voice. He turns around, outraged, and you wonder what happened. What do you mean the venue is occupied? There's a rapid noise coming from the phone as a person tries to explain themselves. So you're telling me a little white dog won't let anyone get in there because he's sleeping and blocking the door? Again? Mettaton lets out a big sigh, passing a hand through his hair, and you watch and wonder as his dark locks go back into place as if nothing happened. I'll be there in a minute. He smiles at you after ending the call, a hint of apology in his eyes. I must go now, beautiful. I have a problem to take care of. He waves and he heads over to the exit. Keep up the fabulous work. You wave goodbye at him and stay there stunned, looking at his retreating frame until he closes the door with a bit more force than usual. You hope his employees succeed in making the little dog leave before he gets there, or else it looks like they're gonna have a bad time. I feel like we're getting a neutral round. We're getting the you're a good employee but you didn't try it with your boss ending. It's early in the morning when you begin to dance again. You arrived home late yesterday, your body aching for sleep. But even though you were exhausted, you didn't sleep well, too preoccupied with the choreography. And yet, even if you tried, you'd have to push yourself today and finish the rough draft of the dance. Last night, Luki sent you the instrumental of the song with the alterations, so it's easier to make the movements synchronize with each other. Oh, the day passes by without you noticing, the daylight slowly giving way to dark hues of the night. You brought some snacks with you so you didn't have to leave the studio to eat, but your head is beginning to get heavy. So after going over to finish rough choreography, you sit down for a moment, watching the city lights shine from the large windows. Drinking a bit of water, you breathe deeply, catching your breath. You gotta be so in shape. Your whole job is just moving your body. I guess it's like every athlete, but still, it's like... this kind of life I cannot understand. I really need a 5-minute break. A whole day break, actually, your brain insists, making you smile tiredly. You stretch and groan, feeling your muscles protesting. But you know this is all for a good case. You can imagine Mettaton's face when he sees the final dance. You hope he likes it. But something keeps puzzling you as the memories of the previous days fill your mind. What did he mean when he said he'd give you what you'd been wanting for a long time? Could it be his usual flirting, but you aren't sure. And more importantly, even you don't know what you've always wanted. What? Your mind screams that yes, you do, but you ignore it. It's true, we do know what we want. The sound of the door opening gets your attention and you pause mid-stretch. Melty, what are you doing here, darling? You turn around and see Mettaton entering the room. You didn't even notice him approaching. Oh, hey boss, I'm finishing the choreography. Getting up quickly, you hiss a bit at the soreness of your muscles. Damn it, you're definitely tired. Mettaton purses his lips as he watches you. Do you know what time it is? 2 o'clock? Almost 2 o'clock? You give him a tired chuckle, glancing at the clock on the wall. Late? Late. He approaches you, a determined expression on his face. Sit down, darling. You look to the side, lost. What? Why? Sit! You bite your lip and sit on the ground. Now lay down on your stomach. With a nervous sigh, you do what he says and wait. For a moment, everything is silent, but then his fingers touch your back and you jump slightly. It's just a massage. Relax, beautiful. What kind of massage would Mettaton give? I just can imagine his hands turning into those little, like, those 3-pronged thingies that move like this, that are in those chairs. I don't like those chairs, by the way. I don't know, it feels weird. He sighs, shaking his head. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Look at these hard muscles, full of tension. In your field of vision, you swear you see a movement on the other side of the door, but then Mettaton's fingers press down harder on your back and you close your eyes, having to fight back a moan. The massage is doing wonders on your tired muscles and it's difficult to concentrate. Mettaton inches his face closer to yours, hands still massaging you. Do you want to know a little secret of mine, darling? You sigh as his fingers work out a knot. What is like a knot? A muscle knot? I don't... Massages are also not something I understand. Sure. Something begins to vibrate on your back and you gasp, glancing at him. Mettaton smirking at your reaction. Seriously? Your fingers vibrate? Oh my god! You ask in shock before putting your head down again. This was definitely Dr. Alphys's work. Alphys! Jesus. Okay, Mettaton's laugh reverberates in the quiet room. Yes, darling, do you like it? You nod half-heartedly, feeling the tiredness of the day seeping into your bones. Your eyes flutter closed as his vibrating fingers work on your back. Each passing moment, you feel more and more relaxed. Melty. You hear Mettaton calling your name, but you're tired. So tired. Love? You try to answer, but your body doesn't obey you, and your mind gets more and more foggy until it all goes dark. Just passed out. What is this? I mean, we know what this is. Yeah. What is this painting? Oh, God, I touched the thing. I didn't read the first part. It's fine. Looking around, you see expensive furniture around you, and outside the large windows, you can see city lights stretching from into the horizon. This feels like either a teenage girl's room or Mettaton's room, so I feel like it's accurate, you know? I like this, like, curved side window thing. That's cool. What? Your sleep-coated brain tries to process where you are, and after a brief second, it dawns on you that everything in the room is mainly pink, even the bed you're laying on right now. Mettaton! You sit up and turn around frantically, trying to find your boss, your heart speeding up in your chest. This place is probably his flat, the last floor of the... Oh, he is in the... Oh! Huh! He lives in the MTT building. Okay. How the hell did you get up here? I couldn't let... Oh, maybe leave her there. You hear Mettaton's voice coming from another room and freeze. He seems to be talking on the phone with someone and you strain your ears to listen. No, she's sleeping. I know Alphys, I'll be careful. I won't say anything for now. Oh, so it's Dr. Alphys he's talking to. But you're more preoccupied with what he means with being careful and try to keep listening. Is this about the surprise? Now I have to check on her. Blow a kiss to Undyne for me. It's just, you just feel happy hearing these names and, you know, you're at a loss for the moment at the mention of the name, but then you remember the strong fish woman that was with Alphys in one of Mettaton's shows and nod to yourself. That Undyne. It isn't easy to forget about her and her fierce personality. Oh, darling, you're finally awake. Clean up your diaries. What is this robe? I like it. It's very pink. This faux fur robe. Jacket. Mettaton enters... it's one of those things where you don't think about what kind of clothes would Mettaton wear, but when you see it, you're like, duh, absolutely. This was like made for him, you know? Mettaton enters the room and you gape at him, breath getting caught in your throat. He's dressed in a pink faux fur coat and some shorts. Shorts! He looks completely amazing, the lighter pink tone bringing out his eyes. Mettaton gazes at you and you quickly avert your eyes, trying not to stare. You had me worried for a moment there, dear, blacking out like that. Yes, that's how you got here. You fell asleep while he was giving you a massage. How unprofessional. You feel your cheeks heat up and get up from the bed. His bed, you notice, biting your lip. Does he need to sleep? I should go now. Thank you for helping me out, boss. We should stop calling him boss. I think we need to stop calling him boss. You head for the bedroom door, head dipped low in embarrassment. It's really late, darling. Why don't you spend the night? Your eyes grow wide at his words and you stop. Did he really just say that? Your mind fills up with ideas of what he could be implying, but you shake your head. I don't want to bother. You never bother me, Melty, darling. You bite your lip, pondering for a moment, your mind divided between staying and leaving. It'd be dangerous to go home alone now, but there's also romance. There's also the romance ban. If someone sees you here, it'll be a huge scandal. But you can also risk leaving really early in the morning when no one has arrived in the building yet. It's a tough decision. Oh my god, we're staying. You give him a little smile, looking at the couch on the other side of the room. You know you like rich when you have a couch in your bedroom. Or your like closet. You know those people have like a little, what is it called? It's like a sofa but it doesn't have a backing. What are those called? Those like fancy little benches. Yeah, then you know you rich. I'll sleep on the couch then, if you don't mind. I'll leave really early in the morning. He smiles, his eyes almost shining with excitement. Don't worry about it, beautiful. As you go to the couch, you see some pink diaries on the floor that you didn't notice before. What are those? Put them away! They're messy! Mettaton's eyes widen a fraction before he rubs his neck. Ignore them for now. I really want to share it with you, but it's better to wait until after this chaos is over. Your curiosity is eager to know more, to discover more things about him, but you're aware it's better to wait and respect his time. Alright, is this part of the surprise? Mettaton shakes his head and chuckles. Oh no, beautiful. The surprise is something else. Eh? You bite your lip, wanting to know more, but you know he won't spill anything until the end of the week. Mettaton grabs a pillow and some covers for you and puts them on the sofa. Want to watch some TV, darling? You know it'll take some time to digest the information that you're going to sleep in your boss's flat and then relax enough to actually do it, so you know. Sure. Oh, the TV turns on. You expect Mettaton to go back to whatever he was doing after turning on the TV, but the robot sits down by your side, not making their situation any easier. You breathe deeply. Relax. Just act natural. You try not to glance at his form by your side, and the way his coat is opening more and more, revealing his metal skin. And is it skin? Whatever. And focus on the show on the screen. One of Mettaton's plays is on the air, and you smile as the plot comes back to you. I remember this one. It's a story about the journey of Frisk in the underworld until they destroyed the barrier. The child ambassador even participated, portraying, well, themselves. They told you one time in secret that when that what happened in real life wasn't exactly like the play, which ends with Mettaton helping Frisk break the barrier with his powerful voice. Mettaton laughs as he appears on screen in a beautiful blue dress, quite similar to the one... This is the lion! Remember the lion? I remember the lion! Oh, he still wearing a dress! That's so cute, I love that! It took me a second to get that one. I guess because he didn't really have a name, right? I don't know. This is one of my favorites. You end up watching the play together. He still knows the lines and acts them for you, making you laugh and forget your nervousness around him. You don't know when your thighs begin touching, but you're too comfortable to move. Mettaton's metal skin emits some sort of heat. Oh, that was my other question. Is he like cold as hell? And that relaxes your still tired body and makes it hard to pay attention to the TV. It's at the final fight with Asgore when your eyes get heavy for a second time today and you close them for a brief moment. And you're out. Sleep. Bright light. Ooh. Yeah, I guess you wake up when the sun comes out in this kind of room, huh? Bright light makes you flutter your eyes open. You notice with a hiss that your head is on something hard and move, looking up. Your breath gets caught in your throat when you see you're leaning on Mettaton's chest. You put a hand over your mouth, suppressing a gasp as the memories come back to you. You must have fallen asleep while watching TV, but why did Mettaton go back to his bed? You could hear your rapidly beating pulse in your ears as you try not to freak out. If someone sees you right now, the scandal will be real. Will Mettaton consider this sum of flirting and fire you? I think since Mettaton gets the final say, I wouldn't be so worried. It's not like we're forcing ourselves upon him. So, I think we should go at our own pace. Or go at our pace and read his body language and stuff, right? You aren't sure, so you quietly begin to move away from the sleeping robot. There's a little sound similar to the one computers make when they are initializing and you freeze. I like that. Mettaton blinks a couple of times. So he can sleep like computers go to sleep. Yeah. So, maybe Mettaton was like, oh, Melty sleep. So then he just put himself to sleep. But he doesn't need sleep. He looks around until his focusing eyes settle on your mortified ones. He smiles, not seeming bothered at all by the position you are both in right now. Oh, hello, darling. The sound of his voice makes you come back to your senses and you begin to get away again. But in your rush, you lose your balance and end up leaning on the heart plate and his stomach for support. Mettaton lets out a breathy gasp and you feel your face heating up instantly at the sound. You quickly remove your hand and resume getting away from him, putting some distance between you two. Mettaton looks away for a moment and you see the heart is brighter, it is, than it was before. But then the robot clears his throat and the light is gone. So, did you sleep well? You snap your head to thank him and shake your head in embarrassment. I'm sorry, boss, I shouldn't have stayed. He puts a hand on your arm and gives it a little comforting squeeze. Melty, darling, calm down. It's okay. Can he eat? I feel like I didn't think about how Mettaton would exist in the world. This game is making me, like, wonder all sorts of things about him. Is he waterproof? Can he shower? I guess I don't think he should shower. I think he'd get rusty. But I bet he's waterproof. Like, he could go into ocean or something. Maybe. You can't underestimate Alphys's genius, ne? A part of you is happy that it doesn't seem like he's going to fire you for this, but the other one can't calm down. If you leave now and someone sees you, it'll definitely look like a walk of shame out of your boss's flat. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be one, your mind insists as you almost nod in agreement before furrowing your brows. Now's definitely not the time for this. Looking at the clock on the nightstand, you let out a worried sigh. You slept too much, now people will be roaming around the building. You should have left earlier when no one was around. I'm sorry, this isn't something an employee should do. If someone sees me here, it can ruin the whole show. It's difficult to look Mettaton in the eyes when you talk. He looks at your sorrowful expression and his eyebrows furrow in worry. Oh, darling, I consider you much more than my employee. See, this is the kind of thing that you should feel okay, you know? You look at him in amazement. What does he consider you then? He continues before you can ask. And I already said it's okay. No one will see you here. Mettaton gets up from the couch, going to his closet. Now, you keep some spare clothes in your studio, right? Oh, I guess maybe you would, right? Like, you get all nasty and you have to change. You see him slip out of his coat through the open door and breathe down hard. Yes, I do. Grabbing a suit from the wardrobe, Mettaton puts it on swiftly. So worry not, beautiful. I'll go and get your clothes so you can take a shower before... See, he does have a shower before going to your studio. Your eyes widen as you shake your head as he calmly puts on his belt. Oh no, it's okay. Mettaton waves his hand, already exiting the closet and heading towards the bedroom door. No, I insist. It's the least I can do to help you. Yeah, we're probably all nasty because we were like sweating and then we got that massage and we were sweating some more. We're all sweaty. We need a shower. You bite your lip knowing that arguing with him will be fruitless. Alright, thank you, boss. He lets out a long, gleeful sigh. I really want to tell you to call me by my name, darling, but I just love it when you call me like that. You tilt your head in confusion as he pauses in the doorway. Call you what, boss? Don't test me, darling. He winks and then he's gone, leaving you in the middle of his room, mouth slightly agape at his words. You shake your head with a smile. After 2 years of working for him, he can still surprise you with stuff like this. It's going well, it's going well. It's going okay, right? I think so. Along with the clothes, Mettaton ends up bringing you a tray with breakfast. Ooh, what kind of breakfast? I love breakfast. You're calmer when he comes back, but seeing him with the tray makes you smile from ear to ear and want to hide in a hole at the same time. How can you keep your cool around him if he keeps doing things like this? It's like he specifically chose this week to make your life more difficult. Thankfully, Mettaton doesn't seem affected by you practically sleeping on top of him yesterday and talks to you normally. It seems like you can keep your job for a bit longer. After taking a shower and eating breakfast, you have to go. Mettaton tells you to go first to avoid any suspicion. Thank you, boss, for everything. Anything for you, love. You breathe in deeply, wishing he'd stop saying things like that and spare your heart. We have practice today. Don't be late like last time. Yeah, what the heck? You didn't even show up last time. You can't hurry beauty and grandeur, darling. I told you he would be late. You sigh. He'll probably be late, and most likely because he'll be busy choosing an outfit in the middle of the thousands of clothes he has. He kisses you on the cheek, catching you off guard. Achoo. You blink a couple times as he grins at you. It's me blinking. I'll be there. You resist putting a hand over your cheek and nod. That's good. See you then. This is cute. This is cute. I like this. You almost run as you make your way to the elevator, your heart betraying you and beating like you're running a marathon. This week isn't your week. In the past 2 years, you were able to keep your cool around the boss despite your growing feelings, and now it seems like everything is working against you. Even your boss. It seems like his flirting intensified to a whole new level this week. You blame the sensual theme. This is so cute. When you finally enter the studio, thankfully, having not been spotted by anyone, someone is already there waiting for you. Archie, how did you get in here? You're astonished as Archie turns around to face you. The door was open. Your brow furrows as you recall what happened the night before. Maybe Mettaton forgot to lock it when he left with you. I've been waiting here for some time. Where were you? What do we say? Archie tilts his head and you can't help the nervous twist in your stomach as you quickly try to make up an excuse. At the cafeteria. Archie gets a little closer to you, narrowing his eyes. Is that... Oh no! Is that lipstick on your cheek? Your heart skips a beat and you quickly put a hand to your cheek, cursing inwardly. Why did Mettaton have to be wearing lipstick? Yeah, what the heck? Does Mettaton need makeup? Couldn't he just use, like, paint? Right? You weren't meeting anyone, were you? The ban. I know about the ban. You say that as you rub your cheek trying to get the mark off. Archie glares at you with a serious expression on his face. Good. The tone of his voice makes anger bubble in your veins, and you decide to change the subject swiftly before you can ask any more questions. Do you need something from me? The publicity team wants to know if the dance is already done. You narrow your eyes slightly, not understanding why Archie had to come all the way here just to ask you that. He could have just phoned you. Archie's maybe our rival. It is. Archie opens his mouth to say something else, but you interrupt him, your patience coming to an end. I really need to polish the choreography before the backup dancers arrive, so... You glance at the door and Archie narrows his eyes before nodding. Alright, we'll talk later. Have a good day. I don't wanna... No, we're not gonna be mean. Just nod. Don't be mean. You nod, watching him leave. When the door closes, you lean on the bar near the mirror for support. Inspecting your cheeks, you can still see the faint mark of Mettaton's lipstick. This was too close. If Archie had found out that you'd slept in Mettaton's flat, he'd do everything to preserve the robot's image. And that means he'd convince the entire company to fire you on the spot. You spend the day teaching the new choreography to the backup dancers and rehearsing the older songs. It helps take your mind off things. Everyone is eager to learn and do their best at the performance. Even though their focused laughter fills the room every now and then, and you smile, being happy to be part of this group. Aww. The next step is to polish the movements, which also takes some time. Cleaning the choreography is essential, but requires a lot of attention. The dance isn't so complicated because of the limited amount of time you had, but it's still challenging. And hopefully, along with Bluky's song and Mettaton and Shaiden's voices, it'll send the message your boss wants. Yay. It's already late afternoon when the dancers leave. Shuffling, oh, the time did change. Shuffling their feet and groaning. You aren't in any better state, but you have to keep going and go over Mettaton's part of the dance, since he'll come in today to learn it. You dance a few more minutes until your body screams, "Enough is enough!" and you have to take a break. Sitting down on the ground, you look at the clock. 1 more minute and your boss will be late. Oh, he's not late! Darling! I thought he was supposed to show up like midday or something. You almost jump out of your skin at the loud voice. Where is the lipstick though, ne? Whatever. Mettaton enters the room holding a pink plastic bag in one hand. You know, humans usually knock. I'm no human, darling. You give him a deadpan face when he laughs. Shaking your head and laughing along with him, you get up and he offers you the pink bag. What is it? Oh, you look inside suspiciously, seeing bright packages of food and drinks, all MTT branded. Are they the human versions? Mettaton rolls his eyes before grinning. Of course, darling. You take a can of human safe sticker on it from the bag and open the drink. When you began working for him, he gave you an MTT drink he brought from the underground. He was thinking about selling it on the surface and wanted your opinion. You were glad you asked what it was made of before chugging down the thing, because it was basically a combination of toxic ingredients that would poison you in minutes. After that almost incident, Mettaton created an MTT human-safe version of all his products that were okay for humans to consume and use. Smiling at the memory, you take a gulp of the pink drink, sighing in the happiness as the cold feeling slides down your throat. It has an unfamiliar but pleasant taste that resembles strawberry. Thank you, boss. After you say that, you see him look away for a split second. You remember what he said earlier about liking being called boss and smirk. That only makes you want to do it more often. Mettaton points in the bag in your hands. I brought food as well, darling. Go on, choose one. What are we eating? You furrow your brows, knowing you should be going over the dance right now. There's no time to eat. You open your mouth to protest when he shakes his head. Don't even begin. I bet you haven't eaten anything for hours. Am I right or am I right, gorgeous? You look away, biting inside your cheek. I don't want you to neglect your health. Mettaton's so caring, he says with a gentle voice, making you look at him. We're not starting until you eat. All right. You roll your eyes and grab a bright purple package from the bag. Is it a glam burger? Oh, it has "Purplicious" written in big letters. You unwrap it and take a bite, sighing in happiness as your appetite grows with each second. The texture of the food reminds you of a muffin. Ooh! And it melts in your mouth like chocolate. You can't pinpoint what the taste reminds you of, but it's sweet and recharges a bit of your energy. Mettaton watches you eat with attention. Don't watch me eat, it's weird. You try to eat faster that he'll stop staring at you, but it doesn't work, and you almost end up choking on your food. You decide to just make small talk in hopes of distracting him. It takes a few minutes, but you soon swallow the last bit of food and turn to your boss with an arched brow. Happy now? Thrilled, darling. After a little break, Mettaton takes off his suit and stays in his normal form so that he can move more freely. His form doesn't have his characteristic shoulder blades, since the risk of poking out someone's eyes while dancing was real. You've seen him like this before, so it's not that big of a deal, but sometimes zone out while looking at him. You remember Diana's advice not to stare at his legs and decide to try that. You teach Mettaton part of the dance, beginning with blocks of movement and then putting everything together. He learns quickly, like always. As you move, showing him the steps, you notice Mettaton's eyes running over your body. You tell yourself he's just paying attention to his movements, but his gaze is strong and you're afraid to look in his eyes and catch a glimpse of what's in them. What is this? Is this like a speaker? This one's a little knobby knob, but this is like a speaker. It looks like the Animal Crossing eye when you get stung by a bee. You make a couple of steps per time, and he repeats them. This continues until you've gone over all the moves. The way Mettaton moves to the rhythm is fascinating, but how the metal plates of his body shift and contort, allowing him to move, you can't help but admire him. After going over the full choreography 7 times, you both call it a day and relax by the window side by side, admiring the darkened sky. The sounds of whirring fans fill the room as Mettaton cools himself down. Oh, built-in fans. So he wouldn't ever sweat or anything, right? He just gets hot to the touch. And he has to cool down like your computer, né? You take a big gulp from another drink he brought you, eyes closing in for a moment as you take in the flavor. This one leaves an odd tingling feeling on your tongue and you wonder if it has magic ingredients in it. The dance is amazing, darling. I can't wait to see it all together. His smile is full of admiration and you feel your chest swell with pride. I'm glad you like it, boss. You're gonna call me that every time now, aren't you? You can count on it. He rolls his eyes playfully and you laugh. So how's the performance preparations going? It's doing great, darling. The full show is going to be broadcast live. Oh wow. Really? That's amazing. It's a lot of pressure, right? Live performance seems tough, nah? You grin, happy it'll probably get a lot of visibility. What about the lyrics? Mettaton gazes at the large windows before turning back to you. Almost ready. There's something I'm feeling right now that I want to put into the song, but I just can't find the right words. He doesn't sound so sure, so you put your free hand on his shoulder. I'm sure you can do it, boss. It's like sentimental music. He stares at you and you stare back with a smile. Maybe Mettaton has a magnet of some sort because you see yourself leaning closer and closer to him. The way his pink eyes look at you seem to tug at something deep inside your heart, and your mind can't think of anything but the robot in front of you. A cell phone rings, breaking you from the daze you were in. You pull back in a rush, heart beating rapidly. Mettaton sighs and answers the phone. Hello? I hope you have a good reason to call me, darling. I'm kind of in the middle of something here. You take a gulp from your drink, eyes wide. If the phone didn't ring, you could have kissed your boss. What do you mean, control yourself? He glances at you before clearing his throat. Fine. I'm going. Mettaton finishes the call with another sigh. I must go, darling. The job calls me. Or really, Alphys, since she wants to make some adjustments before the performance. You nod, still shaken at how you reacted before. Your lack of self-control is concerning. This really doesn't seem to be a good week for you. Oh, and Diana just showed me the clothes for the show. Are you sure you aren't going to dance with me? You look ravishing in that outfit. We should! I think we should dance with Mettaton, nah? You let out a chuckle, trying not to show how much his compliment is affecting you. You're the one who's going to look ravishing. That's what's important. Mettaton looks away, pursing his lips. Alright, fine. But if you're not going to dance, at least come to the venue with me tomorrow, love. You scratch your neck unsure. Maybe staying closer to your boss at the moment isn't the best idea. Worry settles in your mind that you might do something stupid if you stay alone with him any longer, with what you almost did a minute ago being proof of that. Come on, darling. We have to go! Mettaton wants us to go! We want to go! Mettaton sees your hesitation and pouts before giving you a pleading smile. You can have a better idea of the stage for the dance, and I can bask in your gorgeous company. You give him a defeated smile, knowing you can't say no to that. After Mettaton leaves to meet up with Alphys, you're preparing to close the studio. Your mind runs wild, trying to understand what the hell happened today. First you wake up on top of your boss, and now you've almost kissed him! It was like your mind went completely blank, that you could only see Mettaton in front of you. It seems like no matter how hard you try to keep yourself in check, your soul does the exact opposite of what you want. It's frustrating to say the least, especially in a delicate situation like this, with Archie now watching your every move. The worst part is that you don't regret any of it. That's okay. This is a complicated situation for sure. But like, I don't know. It's like Mettaton's cool with this. I think we, you know, I don't know. It's a beautiful day outside, but the birds are chirping when you arrive with Mettaton at the venue where the show will happen. There's one day until the performance and the preparations are in full force, with monsters and humans rushing from side to side, trying to arrange everything in time. Hello, beauties. Mettaton opens the door with flourish. Everyone smiles when they see him, and you can't help but mimic them, seeing the effect the robot has on everyone. He walks across the room, greeting people and monsters with a grin, and you walk by his side, waving at your busy co-workers until Lion approaches Mettaton. He nods at you with a small smile, and you nod back. The monster shows him a prototype of a dress for the play, and while they talk excitedly about new fashion trends, you look around the place. You make mental notes about where the dancers would go to change outfits and which side of the stage they should enter from. Archie. Your eyes stop on a person standing a few meters away. Their copper hair is unmistakable. Archie. His words from yesterday come back to your mind, making your brow furrow in annoyance. He begins to look your way and you turn around, shifting your gaze to Burger Pants, who's talking with the new two interns, Reddy and Caddy! Reddy, Caddy, I love them! Soon you can feel eyes on your back and you don't have to turn around to know who they belong to. Show Diana the sketch, I'm sure she'll love it. Mettaton urges Lion on. The monster thanks him with a huge grin, admiration clear in his eyes. Your boss then turns to you after he leaves. Sorry to keep you waiting, beautiful. Come on, the stage is this way. You nod, following him, glad to be away from Archie's scrutinizing eyes. Ooh. What is this? My hero! What is this guy's name? All Might, right? This one. And, who is this? Tuesday. 10. Other things. I like this cat with the 3 eyes. The usually noticeable sound of Mettaton's boots on the floor is almost imperceptible with all the commotion. But everyone still turns around to look at him as he passes through the corridors, waving his employees with a trained pop star smile on his face. You pass by Diana, who's organizing several racks of outfits. She smiles at you when she sees you side by side with Mettaton. You give her a warning stare, but thankfully she just shakes her head, chuckling. Ooh. Your eyes widen when you look at the stage stretching in front of you and the huge space for the audience. You forgot how big it was. You can't imagine how many people can fit in this place. It's enormous. The show will have a large crowd. Mettaton bites his lip with anticipation. I know. I can't wait. His excited eyes then shift to a pile of papers on the ground. Huh? What is this? Mettaton bends down to grab the papers and gasps when he reads what's on them. My script! How did it end up here? A movement on your right catches your attention and you see a little white dog peeking from behind a box. It winks at you. The dog winks at me! I want to see a dog wink at me. That's what I want. Before disappearing, and you open your mouth to alert your boss, but then decide for the sake of Mettaton's sanity, and your own as well, it's better not to say anything. What's the script for? Mettaton looks up from the papers as he answers. It's for tonight's play. Tonight? Oh, of course. You forgot for a moment that Mettaton still had his daily show to worry about. You really don't have a break, huh, boss? Aren't you tired? He lets out a dramatic sigh. Exhausted, darling, but the show must go on. You nod, knowing it will be true. And what's the play about? Oh, it's the story of a... He stops for a moment, a smirk making his way to his lips, and a multitude of alarms go off in your head. Oh no. Oh yes, darling. Don't you want to help me rehearse my lines for the play? Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? Mettaton claps excitedly, the sound reverberating in the empty arena. Oh, how wonderful. Come on, gorgeous. He grabs your hand and takes you to the middle of the stage. You chuckle as he lets go. What's the story about? So, first of all, it's a romance story. You smirk. It's always a romance story. What a surprise. Mettaton waves a hand at you, tisking. Oh, shush. You chuckle and he continues. It's a romance story about a noble and a mercenary. The kingdom prohibits their romance, and they must fight against everyone for the sake of their love. That seems a bit dramatic. I like that. But soon, you remind yourself that this is Mettaton you're talking about, so it isn't really a surprise. I'm going to be born both characters in the play, so you can choose either one, darling. It's fine. Just keep in mind that the noble has more forceful personality, and the mercenary worries about everything. Alright. You look to the side, thinking hard about your options. We're the mercenary. That's us. I want to be the mercenary. Wonderful choice, darling. Mettaton glances at his lines before looking back at you. Then, in this scene, the lovers are hiding in an alcove, waiting for the kingdom guards to stop looking for them. He beckons you with his hand. Come closer, beautiful. You breathe deeply and do as he says, still trying to maintain a safe distance between you two. But it proves futile when Mettaton grabs your hand and pulls you even closer. He makes a dramatic, sorrowful expression as he looks at you. My love, what are we supposed to do? When in every corner there are eyes watching our movements, waiting for the moment to strike. You're so moved by his acting that it's only when he arches one brow at you that you notice he didn't tell you the lines. You whisper in a rush, I don't know the lines! Just improvise something. Mettaton whispers back and you tisk, search your brain for something to say. You clear your throat and talk in your best theatrical voice. We should be careful of spying eyes, my dear. I don't want you to suffer the consequences of being seen with a mercenary like me. Mettaton squeezes your hands. The others do not know what I feel deep in my chest. This ridiculous prohibition won't stop me from loving you. Your stomach does an annoying leap at his words, and you tell yourself he's acting. He's just acting. You should be called a thief, not a mercenary, my love, for you have robbed my heart. You smile at his cheesy line, trying not to let the smile transform into a chuckle. And you have enraptured mine in a way I cannot describe since the day we met. You lock eyes with his, putting more emotion in your voice. Even if this wretched kingdom forbids us from staying together, I'll always be by your side. You swallow dry, feeling like the lines hit a little too close to home. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. Mettaton sighs and entwines his fingers with yours, making your eyes widen at the unexpected movement. But I'm willing to give up everything to be with you. There's something in his eyes so forceful that you have to look away for a moment, biting your lip. Are these lines really on the script? You begin to doubt it. A box falls from a pile behind you. The sound echoes through the empty venue, making you jump and let go of Mettaton's hand hastily. You look back and see the little white dog hiding again in a hurry. Mettaton didn't seem to notice. You sigh internally. You were so immersed in making up lines for the play that you forgot you're in a busy venue where everyone could walk in and catch you both like this. Mettaton's still staring at you, his eyes unreadable, and you begin to fidget, scratching your neck. The guards are getting closer, my dear. We must part ways now before they see you with me. Mettaton takes your hand again in his grasp and lays a kiss on top of it. I agree with this for now, my loved one. But may I give you a farewell kiss as proof of my undying love? How is he going to— Never mind. It's fine. You bite your lip hard. Is he being serious? Is this part of the play too? How is he going to kiss himself? Accept it. Do it. Get that chew. You smile, deciding to cooperate with the rehearsal. You may. Biting inside of your cheek, you decide where he should kiss you. Lips! You smirk before puckering your lips jokingly. He's probably bluffing. He wouldn't kiss you just because of a rehearsal. You chuckle, but then your breath gets caught off guard when in your throat when Mettaton's lips touch yours. Your eyes widen in astonishment as his hands cup your face. You didn't imagine he'd do it. His lips are soft to get. How are they soft? They're made of metal, right? Whatever. His lips are soft against yours, and your eyes start to flutter close when Mettaton begins to pull back. But you're not sure you want this to stop now. Pull him closer! You grab his neck and pull him closer, earning a surprised hum from your boss. Are we gonna get in trouble for going too far with this though in front of potentially people? Mettaton smiles in this kiss and pulls you flush against him, kissing you harder as his hands keep you close. You let out a groan and the sound of whirring fans surrounds you. Mettaton! Uh-oh. The voice reaches your ears and you pull away from the robot as fast as possible. He blinks at you with wide eyes as Archie appears. It looks at you both, a frown creasing his forehead. You turn away from Archie, realizing your lips are probably red from kissing Mettaton. Mettaton, you need to go over the makeup and get ready for the recording. Oh, of course. He licks his lips and you follow his movement without thinking. His lips are warm and soft and you wonder what kind of metal they're made out of. It probably has to do with monster magic. Okay, I like how you acknowledge my question. Thank you for the help, love. You ignore the glare Archie is giving you a nod. Anytime, boss. The sounds of his boots hitting the floor echoes the venue as he goes in for the door. I'll see you later at the studio, right? You remember that Mettaton and the backup dancers will rehearse the choreography together today to be ready for the performance. Wouldn't they rehearse here? Whatever. You nod and force yourself to give him a calm smile, pretending you weren't desperately kissing him a minute ago. Yeah, don't be late. Will do. He winks at you before walking through the door, a huge grin on his face. Toodles! You pass a hand through your hair. Mettaton's reactions are confusing you more and more with each second that passes. You understand that the kiss was part of the rehearsal for his play, but you wonder if it could be more than that. Was there even a kiss scene in the script? You touch your lips briefly. You didn't have an ounce of self-control a minute ago, but Mettaton didn't seem to mind, nor did he give you any indication that he'd fire you. What could he be thinking when he kissed you? Did it mean anything to him? It's when the door closes with a click that you notice Archie hasn't left. Oh god. Hi, Archie! You're walking down a very dangerous path. You straighten your posture, holding his cold gaze. I don't know what you're talking about. You can see him tightening his jaw in anger, but he manages to compose himself to maintain a level voice. Now I understand what you were doing that day. He gives you a look of disdain. I thought you valued your job more. I'd be careful if I were you. He says his piece and leaves, not giving you a chance to reply to his threat. When the door closes again, leaving you alone on the empty stage, you sigh, rubbing your neck. Great, as if you didn't have enough things to worry about. One day to the big presentation and you kiss your boss and also make Archie hate your guts. It's even more worrying that you can't bring yourself to regret any of it, especially the kissing part. At least you have the excuse that it was Mettaton's choice to kiss you, but either way, Archie's right about something. You should be more careful about your actions. You don't think he saw you and Mettaton, but someone else could have, and that would surely ruin tomorrow's show. Everything you and the others did would be for nothing. I'm willing to give up everything to be with you. Mettaton's words come back to you as you leave the venue, but you shake your head with a tisk. That was for the play. He didn't really mean it. Right? Okay. Later that day in your studio, you receive a text from Bluky saying the lyrics are ready and they'll record the song today. Did Mettaton find the inspiration he needed? You keep wondering about it until the backup dancers arrive. Going over the song once, you see they cleaned and memorized the steps and you're proud. Hello, darlings. Mettaton enters through the doorstep and the dancers greet him. He's in his normal form today as well and stands out as he takes his position at the front. Together they practice and you walk around, making sure the change of positions between Mettaton and the dancers is working and that both dancers work together. You continue till the sun disappears from the sky, giving place to the many lights from the building. They shine like stars, replacing the hidden constellations that you can't see because of the strong lights of the city. Alright guys, you're dismissed for now. You close the practice when the song ends another time and the dancers give a tired cheer. Don't forget to rest. Tomorrow we'll go over the choreography chores again. Chores? Again at the venue, so remember to arrive early. After they leave, Mettaton leans on the bar, fanning himself, his fans working hard to cool him down. It'll be a huge success, darling. I can already see it. With your dance, Bluky's music, Shiren's voice, and my flawless body, voice, and personality, this performance will blow everyone's minds. You chuckle, grabbing an MTT pink glamour snack from your boss that your boss brought you. I hope so. Being this close to him makes your mind wander to the kiss, the way his hands were holding you close as his lips fitted perfectly against yours, your breaths mingling into one. Melty. You blink, snapping your attention back to Mettaton. You spaced out for a moment there, darling. What were you thinking about? Me? You decide to be honest and see what he'll say, so you deadpan. Yeah. Oh. The robot looks at you without knowing what to say. And you chuckle at his reaction, rubbing your neck. You can't bring yourself to tell him what you were really thinking about. I was thinking about that you learned the choreography pretty well. His face brightens up in an instant, and you can see a hint of relief in his features. If it's because of the change of subject or the compliment, you aren't sure. You think so. But I'm having difficulty with the movement, darling. I was hoping you could help me. You stop in the middle of taking a bite from your neglected snack, furrowing your brows. You dance perfectly to all the steps, so what is he talking about? Which one? This one. He makes a slow body roll, descending until one of his knees touches the ground. Your eyes lock on his frame and you swallow dry. Oh, this one. You put your food down and get closer to him, looking at your frames in the mirror. Do it again. Commanding, I see. Mettaton says, but he does the movement nonetheless. You put a hand on your chin as you observe him. You can finally see his difficulty. You need to put your arms more into the back like this. You do the movement yourself to show him, Mettaton's eyes never leaving your body. Like this. He does the movement again, but it's still quite not right. No. You purse your lips, getting closer to him. Make the basic pose. He complies and you grab his metallic arms, pulling them in the right position. Still holding him, you lock your eyes with his in the mirror. Now move. Mettaton makes the body roll as he gazes at you. You're pretty sure your face is burning right now, but you don't let go until he stops. There you go. Thank you, darling. His voice is soft, so uncharacteristic of him, and you look up at his face instinctively to see what's wrong. He's giving you a smile so warm that it makes your breath get caught in your throat. He shouldn't be allowed to do that, especially not after what happened today. It's already difficult enough to be this close to him. You nod and get away from the robot before something similar to what happened at the venue occurs. Grabbing your snack, you resume eating to occupy yourself. Bluky told me to record the song today. I imagine you finished the lyrics then. Mettaton stands by your side and looks at you with a strange look in his eyes. Yes, I finally found what I was looking for. You smile, glad that he was able to find the inspiration to write. That's great! You can feel that there's something unsaid between both of you, and as Mettaton helps you to arrange everything to close the studio for the day, a moment of silence falls onto the room. You glance at Mettaton, seeing the lights from the buildings outside reflecting on his metal skin. Your eyes focus on his lips. You still can't get over that kiss. Maybe kissing people like that is a common thing for an actor like him, but you felt there was something more to it, and the uncertainty is almost driving you crazy. You're aware that tomorrow is the big day, and that you're already lucky not to be fired for what happened today, but you can't help the doubt that is growing inside your soul. This whole week, Mettaton has been acting strange around you, and today was the last straw. You can't pretend that this wasn't interfering with your job anymore. If you don't hear from Mettaton, you won't be able to rest. You think of a subtle way to ask him, and with a deep breath, you start talking. Boss? Yes, love. You aren't sure when he began to call you love, but you have many other things to worry about right now, so you put that to the side. There's something for another day. About what happened earlier at the venue with the play, was everything you said in the script? Mettaton blinks a few times before letting out a laugh. Of course. I had to improvise a little because of your new lines. Beautiful, but I have to thank you again for that. But it was all in the script. A little pesky hope in your chest that wished there was something more crumbles at his words. Why do you ask? You wanted to hear it from him and you got what you wanted. You smile, trying to ignore the aching in your chest. I was just curious. Now you have no reason not to focus completely on the presentation tomorrow. But what about the surprise? A small voice says in your head, making your eyes widen. The surprise! Mettaton tilts his head as he analyzes your shocked expression. What is it, darling? Is something the matter? What about my surprise? Your surprise? You narrow your eyes at him. I can't believe you forgot about that. Mettaton leans in closer to you and whispers, about giving you what you've wanted for a long time. Couldn't this be taken in all sorts of ways? Like, couldn't it be like, you got a raise? You tisk, backing up a step, and Mettaton laughs with all his soul. You cross your arms over your chest unamused. Oh, darling, aren't you a little eager little thing? You purse your lips. Come on, I've been waiting a whole week. Mettaton sighs before muttering in a quiet voice. And I've been waiting for a year. His little heart has, like, lit up a couple times, Nick. Your eyes widen as his words reach your ears. What? Oh, look at the time. He looks at his wrist, but doesn't have a watch. I have to go record the song. Wait, boss! I'll see you tomorrow, gorgeous. Toodles! Mettaton! You try to call after him, but he's already left. You sigh, picking up your half-eaten snack. Why does it have to make it so suspenseful? As you finally leave the studio and the silence of the night surrounds you, the disappointment of hearing from Mettaton that all that happened at the rehearsal was the script creeps into your mind, making you sigh. But you won't let it bring you down. It's better like this since nothing could happen because of the romance ban anyway. You have to move on and focus on the show. It's better to relax for tomorrow, and you decide to watch Mettaton's play at home. Like he had told you, he's portraying both characters. In one half he's the noble, and the other he's the mercenary, his lover being a different person in each part. But during the whole 1.5 hours in which Mettaton declared his love to the other protagonist, there wasn't a single kiss scene. What happened in the rehearsal wasn't in the script! Oh. Ooh. Humans and monsters run from side to side across the backstage, carrying clothes, makeup boxes, sound mixers, and more makeup boxes. Everything is chaos and you smile, albeit a bit nervously. It's the big day. Everything is almost ready. You have 1 hour until the show begins. Looking quickly from behind the curtain, you can see Mettaton's fans are already waiting, calling his name from time to time. All the tickets are sold out, so the place is full of humans and monsters who share a passion for the charismatic robot. There's a premium part of the venue, and you can see 2 skeletons there waiting. Oh my god! You remember seeing them before in one of Mettaton's shows! And speaking of Mettaton, you haven't seen him since yesterday. He must be busy with all the preparations, even more so than everyone else. You still can't get over the fact that he's lied to you about the script. You let out a small sigh. Why would he do that? But you decide to worry about this when the show is over. You must give it your all and make the performance memorable. This is so exciting. You go backstage to check if the dancers have already arrived. Looking at the buffet table, you see the little white dog and chuckle. It seems that they weren't able to make him move. He begins to bark at the table, but when people try to give him food, he refuses to eat. That's weird. Maybe he wants something else. With furrowed brows, you go around to find Diana, but she runs past you with her hand covering her mouth like she's going to vomit. Uh-oh. Diana! You call, but she's already far away, heading towards the bathroom. You take a look around and notice some human employees are sitting on the ground, their monster coworkers standing around them with worried expressions. A bad feeling settles in your stomach. What's happening? Medical assistance arrives to care for the sick employees, and you notice the little white dog is barking more insistently at the buffet table. Only humans are close to it, grabbing plates of food. The monster employees prefer not to eat human food in situations like this, since it takes longer for their bodies to digest the food, and that slows them down. You get closer to the dog, and he wags his tail, happy that someone's paying attention to him. Hey, what's the matter? You ask the dog, and he growls at the table. With furrowed brows, you try to look around the buffet for something strange, and then it hits you like a bucket of cold water. We didn't ask for a buffet. Mettaton always leaves the celebrations for after the show. You run in front of the table, stopping your human co-workers from grabbing more food. Stop! Don't eat it! They all stop and look at you with furrowed brows. What's the problem? Did something happen? You nod, pointing to the food. Mettaton ever asks for backstage buffets. This shouldn't be here. Some people wrinkle their noses at the food, putting it back on the table. What? Do you think it's poisoned or something? The person laughs and takes the sweet from the table before you can stop them. They chew and smile and swallow the food with a smile while everyone stares at them. See? No problem. The others sigh in relief, but you have a bad feeling about this. The person shakes their head at you and tries to walk away. After they first step, they hiss, putting hand over their stomach, a pain expression on their face. A little white dog growls while the person doubles over in pain. The other employees scream for help, and soon a nurse arrives to put the new sick person on a stretcher. You watch everything with wide eyes, unsure of what to do. Mettaton is nowhere to be seen! You see Blookie floating in your direction. Melty, what's happening? This buffet was poisoned, Blookie. Please, you need to warn Mettaton as fast as possible. You look around and see that everyone is beginning to get desperate. He needs to come before this transforms into chaos. I'll find him. Blookie gives you a serious nod before disappearing. You look around frantically. If someone's here to sabotage the performance, then the poison buffet is just the beginning. MTT Enterprises has a lot of rivals, so it's not difficult to imagine that one of them did this. You frantically try to think of what to do, but the employees are talking to you all at the same time and you can't focus. You're one of the managers, so they expect you to have a solution. Sighing, you rub your temples. Where are the other managers? What are we going to do? We need to call the police! If we call the cops now, the information of the poisoning will be leaked and the show will be ruined! How many humans ate the poisoned food? You tighten your jaw in irritation and whistle as loudly as you can. Guys, calm down! Luckily, they all stop talking and look at you. We can't lose time. We have 40 minutes until the show. I need someone to make a list of who's ill and who won't be able to participate. We need to find people to fill in for them. A human and a monster agree to do that and leave with quick strides. The others stare at you waiting. Whomever poisoned the buffet is probably not done yet. Keep an eye out for anyone suspicious. The employee arrives with 2 monsters in armor, and everyone turns to look at them. They're the 2 former royal guards for the underground who now work as security guards for Mettaton. Aww! You normally see them when the situation is downright awful, so their arrival isn't a good sign. The white little dog still barks at you, and you turn to him, seeing him signaling for you to follow him. It seems important, and since the dog alerted you about the buffet, you should listen to him. Continue with the preparations, everyone. I'll be back in a moment. And actually, I have to be back in a moment, so hold on. Okay, I'm back. Let's do this. We left at such a tense time, ne? Continue with preparations, everyone. I'll be back in a moment. The employees nod a little calmer, and you follow the little dog. I like that friggin' annoying dog, aka Toby Fox, is like a key component in this story. I think it's very cute. I like it. He takes you where Diana is sitting on the other side of the room, her face a pale color, and a nurse by her side. Diana, are you feeling better? She gives you a weak nod. A little, Melty. I'm glad you're here. I saw a stranger going to the electrical machines. I'd go after them, but I can't. You need, like, to arrest someone? You turn around and see the royal guards behind you. Like, we can help, right, bro? The other one nods, his armor shining under the bright lights. When you're about to go to the electric machines, you see Archie walk up by carrying a box. I think it's Archie. Maybe. I'm, like, very skeptical of Archie. Nah. You watch him with attention, a frown creasing your forehead. Where was he all this time? See, it was Archie. No good, Archie. Archie glances behind him, making sure no one is looking, and enters a corridor. Follow him. His behavior is really suspicious, and you wonder why he's being so furtive when everyone else is panicking or sick. You're divided between going to electrical machines or following Archie to find out what he's up to. Oh, jeez. I think we don't follow Archie. Right? I think we should go to the electric machines. Because that's what Diana told us to do. We already don't like Archie. What if he's actually trying to help, but we just don't like him? And then we've wasted time thinking like, Archie, you're the bad guy. I don't know about Archie, but it would be pretty messed up, like his promo person is trying to ruin Mettaton's thing, like, then you got some real problems. So let's go to the electric machines. I don't know what that means. The electric machines? Wait, this music is so intense. What does this mean? Is this like the boiler room, but instead of boilers, there's electric boxes? I don't know. You decide to go to the corridor that leads to electric machines with Royal Guard 02, RG2 for short. The other guard went to investigate what Archie's doing. Oh. You walk quietly side by side until you hear a quiet sound ahead of you, and RG2 stops you from going further. He gives you a nod before going first. This is so intense. A man is kneeled in front of the machine's wires. You stop! He stills when he hears RG2's deep voice, the plier in his hand shining under the dim lights. He's trying to cut off the power! A second longer and he would have been successful. He tries to run, but RG2 grabs him by the neck with force. Oh. Let me go, you monster scum! With a quick movement, RG2 pulls the man under his big arms, immobilizing him. How does he know he's a monster? Just because he's like a big old wearing metal armor? You don't know who's under there. The man turns to you with furious eyes. Why are you helping these beasts? Can't you see they're invading your home? You look at the man with disgust. The service isn't humans' property. Monsters have the same right to be here as we do. Bring him, RG2. I want to say O2. We should just leave it at 2. Okay, you accompany RG2 as he brings the man back to backstage. I keep doing it. The man keeps thrashing around nonstop, but it's futile to try to scrape from RG2's strong arms. Everyone turns to look at him and he's carried away by the Royal Guard. RG2 nods at you. I'll, deliver him to the police outside. The information about the whole incident will be leaked as soon as he does that, but there's no other way. You nod at the monster, thanking him for the help. No, let me go! He stares at the stunned employee and spits on the ground. Don't spit! You monster scum! Go back to where you came from! He groans in pain when RG2 squeezes him, but soon resumes his shouting until his voice is just a faraway cry. You see RG1 arriving with Archie, who looks pissed to have been interrupted. But apparently he wasn't doing anything wrong, just organizing some papers, and he soon goes back to it. You sigh, looking back at the dejected faces of humans and monsters. A human employee puts an arm over a sniffling bunny monster's shoulder, comforting them. Oh, Bunny. We have 30 minutes until the show. It's over. The sound of which bunny do you think it is? Do you think it's a sister who is walking to her I almost said son, her younger brother on a leash? Do you think it's the one that's like, there's something wrong with that bunny? There's many buns. That's why it's a good game. There's many the innkeeper, the store one, the little baby and the innkeeper. There's so many buns. You can tell a quality of a game by how many buns are in it. The sound of boots hitting the hard floor gets your attention. Oh, look at this outfit! Oh my god! I like it. I like these thingies. They go with the Mettaton's whole body having all those little places to move. I like it. This is very, very, very punk. Chic. You turn to see Mettaton heading in your direction, ignoring the other managers by his side, who's trying to calm him down. Everyone's faces brighten upon seeing the robot. He's already ready for the show, and the new clothes look amazing on him. It's true. Diana really doesn't joke around. Mettaton gets close to you and gently cradles your face in his hands, inspecting your face. Are you okay, darling? I'm having too much fun playing this game, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Did you eat anything from the buffet? Thank God I didn't. You shake your head as much as you can in his hold. His eyes admiring the awe that the new red highlight... Your eyes admiring in awe the new red highlights in his hair. Well, he's always had these like pink ones, isn't it? So they're supposed to be red too? Fine. I didn't eat anything. Mettaton sighs in relief and lets go of your face with a careful movement, his metal fingers lingering on your skin. Thank goodness. He turns around to face the other monsters who are looking at you both with confused expressions. You swallow dry, feeling your face heat up a little under their gaze. Gather everyone you can here, darlings. We need to have an emergency meeting. Now. The Royal Guards patrol the area to see if there's anything wrong, but it seems that the sabotage attacks have stopped. There's buzz outside various reporters trying to find out more about what happened, since they probably saw the saboteur being arrested, but RG1 and 2 are guarding the entrances. The employees gather everyone backstage and they circle around Mettaton, ready to listen to him. You can hear worried murmurs here and there. The list with the sick humans' names is in Mettaton's hand, and he looks around with a serious face. We have 15 minutes until the performance, darlings. First, we need substitutes for everyone who's ill. Lion raises his hand and everyone turns to look at him. I could help with Diana's part. I know how to organize the outfits. Mettaton nods, grinning at Lion. I love that I thought it was a Leon and I thought it was like a human. What's wrong with me? I don't know. Wonderful. Now we need someone to take care of the lights. In 10 minutes, almost every task was divided and everyone went back to preparations. Are the people who got sick, like, going to the hospital? If you're poisoned, like, maybe it's not, like, kill you poison, it's just you're gonna have a bad night poison. Either way, I think they should go to the hospital, né? But Mettaton still looks preoccupied. What's the problem, boss? We still need a backup dancer. I wonder who it's gonna be. You knew! The game is called Dancing with the Beautiful Robot. If we didn't do the dancing, it's called false advertising. Oh, Mettaton looks at you with hopeful eyes. What do you say, darling? You know you'd prefer not to dance today, but can you do this for me? You swallow dry the gentle tone of his voice. I'm not trying to nitpick. I'm not trying to be like really nitpicky. But you swallow dry? Is that a thing? What does this mean? It's said multiple times. Like, swallowing hard is like, ugh. Like, I know that one. And that one you hear, and that one makes sense, because you know the feeling. Swallow dry, the gentle tone of I can't really understand. Is it just me? Same with, like, knots. That is a phrase people say. Like, get the knots out when you get a massage. I don't know what experiencing a knot is like in my body. I don't know what that means. I've pulled muscles, but I think that's different. Anyway. But I don't have the costumes. Actually, your eyes widen as Lion brings you a paper bag. Oh, Diana, look at you, girl. Diana made these for you in case you changed your mind. You grab the bag from him with trembling hands. You can't help but be nervous at the sudden change. For the whole week, you prepared yourself mentally not to dance by Mettaton's side. The robot stretches a hand to you. So, love, are you going to dance with me? Oh my god, of course we're gonna dance. Don't even give me the option. You take Mettaton's hand and he beams at you. I'll dance. You hear your coworkers let out a relieved breath and you look around, seeing that everyone was waiting for your answer. Mettaton squeezes your hand with a grin before turning to the others. That's it, darlings. We can do it. We didn't get this far to let something like this stop us. The show must go on. The crew gives a powerful cheer and goes back to work with renewed energy and hope. Mettaton gives your hand a little squeeze. Let's do this, darling. This is so good! With 5 minutes until the show starts, you stand behind the curtains in your costume, side by side with the other dancers. They're ecstatic to be dancing by your side and you can't help but smile. Maybe it'll give them more confidence. Don't you usually... Is this true? Choreographers dance with the people, right? Or no? Maybe if they're older they don't. They're tired. They don't want to do it anymore. But a lot of, like, pop star that I know, the choreographer is, like, the head dancer. Sometimes it's, like, a feature solo to dance in, like, a music video or something. I don't know. I don't know the dancing world. Maybe it'll give them more confidence. If only they knew that you were as nervous as them. You breathe deeply, heart hammering against your ribcage. When the lights turn off on the stage, all that can be heard are the screams from the fans. Mettaton laughs and looks at you. It's showtime. This is so cute. The crowd goes wild when Mettaton enters the stage, and you and the dancers following close behind. The bright, colorful lights shine in the change of a matter of seconds, and the booming music seems to beat at the same rhythm of your heart. This is intense music, right? You forgot how amazing it is to be a performance like this, to feel the energy of all these people together, and to be part of the choreography with the other dancers. Mettaton is where he loves, the spotlight, the center of all attention. The old dances go by fast, and in the blink of an eye, the fans knowing all of them by heart and singing along. And before you know it, you and the backup dancers go change clothes for the last time for the new song. Mettaton taps his feet compulsively as you all wait for the stage to be ready. The crowd keeps chanting, Mettaton, we love you! And you can feel goosebumps rise in your arms again. When you get closer to your boss, you put a hand on his arm. He stops fidgeting. Let's show them what the MTT show can be. Mettaton grins and the crew signals that now is the time. Oh yes, darlings. He cries out and the crowd erupts into cheers. I hope you're ready for this one. This is the first time you're hearing the lyrics of the song, and it fits the melody perfectly. Besides the suggestive lyrics, the song is about taking risks to be with the one you love. Mettaton really has outdone himself, and his voice sounds as beautiful as ever. You let the melody guide your body, and are glad to see that the choreography that you made fits the song well. Mettaton glances at you when doing the body roll, and you laugh, hearing the audience roar. Adding the move to the dance was a great idea. When the last note sounds, everyone stops absorbing the performance. There's a brief moment of silence where you can only hear your labored breathing, and then the ovation begins. The crowd screams Mettaton's name over and over again, and the happiness and elation is obvious in his face. He walks to the edge of the stage. Thank you all for coming tonight, darlings. None of this would be possible without you and my crew. He turns around and motions to the backup dancers. The MTT dancers! The crowd cheers and Mettaton continues. Shining on the vocals. Screams get louder. Naps the Blook the DJ. Blookie sheds a few tears and the crowd goes crazy. Blookie's so cute! And last but not least, Melty with the choreography. Mettaton puts an arm over your shoulder and the screams get even louder, if that's even possible. You roll your eyes playfully at your boss. Why does he have to tease his hardcore fans? The robot gives you a big smile before letting go of you. You smile back and give the crowd a little bow before leaving the stage with the others, a big grin on your face. Thank you so much for being here tonight, darlings. Thank you. People greet and congratulate you as you pass, thanking you for all you've done. You smile at them, but you don't see Mettaton anywhere. It's always the last one to leave the stage. Someone from the publicity department runs past you. The ratings were amazing! We broke the record! You make your way through the commotion, receiving euphoric pats on the back and high fives as you go. Your feet come to a halt when you spot your boss. He's turning his head around the crowd like he's looking for something. Mettaton! He turns to you and his expression lights up. With quick steps, you both get closer to the other. It was amazing, darling. Thank you so much. You don't have to thank me. You are perfect there. And the lyrics are perfect for the song. It was your first time hearing them, wasn't it? You are my inspiration to write them. Really? There's a glint in his eyes that makes your stomach flutter. The song was about love. So can it be that he feels that way about you? Mettaton opens his mouth to speak when someone cuts him off. Oh, I was going to say it's Archie. Mettaton! A reporter and camera monster holding two cameras with their tentacles make their way to the robot. Do we have a word? How did you get in here? I guess they let press in. Do they let press in? I don't know how these things work. Mettaton's eyes shine and he gives her his best pop star grin. Of course. He turns to you and whispers quickly. Wait a moment, darling. I'll be right back. As he goes to talk with the reporter, you see more and more journalists arriving. Mettaton won't come back anytime soon. You wait for a few minutes, but Mettaton keeps talking with the reporters. You try not to sigh in disappointment as you look away from your boss. It seems that he has already forgotten about you, and he probably doesn't even remember the surprise. He remembers the surprise. Let's not get melodramatic. Hey, Melty! Someone calls your name and you turn around, spotting one of your coworkers. We're going to celebrate the success of the performance in a fancy restaurant. Do you want to come? You glance at Mettaton, who's still talking excitedly with the reporters, his loud laugh carrying to your ears. You're torn, but maybe he can give you the surprise another day. Well, Psst! A quiet noise catches your attention. You turn around, trying to find the source of it. You don't see anything and turn back to your coworker. I'd love to... Psst! You glance to the side and see an absent book in the corner waiting for you. What could they want? You turn to your coworker again with a smile. Go on without me. Maybe I'll catch up later. Alright, see you. As the coworker leaves, Blookie approaches you. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's important. What is it, Blookie? Follow me, please. The amount of Blookie in this game, it's good. Appreciate it. I love it. Curiosity takes over your mind as you follow the ghost through the corridor. You have no idea what this is all about, but it seems important, so you stay silent. You arrive at a pink door that Blookie goes through with ease. This is the Mettaton door. Nah. Is this a baby? Maybe it's a person. It looks like a baby face with sunglasses. Blookie! Ooh. You open the door and get into the room with caution. The pink walls and furniture don't leave doubt as to who this dressing room belongs to. Thank you, Blookie. A familiar voice speaks behind you and you turn around swiftly, seeing Mettaton entering the room. I'll take it from here. You should tell her before it's too late. Stop being so dramatic, Blookie. Mettaton rolls his eyes and you almost snort at the irony of Mettaton telling someone to stop being dramatic when he's the pure personification of drama. This is true. Blookie just nods and he goes through the wall and disappears. Finally alone, darling. Mettaton gives you a seductive smile and you arch one brow at him. Is the interview over? The robot rolls his pink eyes, sighing. Not really. I interrupted it. They never stop asking questions, darling. It's exhausting. Don't they make, like, press days on, like, a day? You don't do it after a show, right? Or do you? My impression is... isn't there, like, after parties and that's where the groupies come into play? Isn't that a thing? I don't know. When a concert's over, I leave. But it seems like there's a after party for the famous people and potential groupies, and then everyone goes to bed, right? And this is more important. He steps closer to you and you take some steps back. Yeah? You didn't think I'd forget about your surprise, did you? You look away, keeping your mouth shut. I've been waiting for this for so long, love. I wouldn't forget about it. He grabs your hand, making you snap your head back to him. Now, the thing you've been wanting for so long. Do you want to know what it is? His smile has a hint of mischief in it. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Tell me. You just want to scream at him and to tell you already, but you know Mettaton loves a little show and won't rush things. Yes, Mettaton, I want to know. Very well. He gets closer to your ear, and your heart does a backflip in your chest with anticipation. The romance ban is over. It's like someone threw a bucket of ice cold water on top of you. You give Mettaton a puzzled face as you let go of his hand. That's it! What, darling, you don't like it? Mettaton has a strange smile on his lips that you can't decipher. So this is the surprise. You cross your arms over your chest as disappointment fills your mind. For a brief moment you thought he'd declare his undying love for you or something. I thought he would be like, surprise, the surprise is me, or something. I thought it would be like that. Or he'd like stick a bow on top of his head and be like, how do you like your surprise? Or something. Something like that, nah? With the way he was acting this week, but it didn't seem like that happened. I was expecting something else. But I feel like I think we shouldn't have this strong of a reaction. Because all of the stress we've had is over this romance ban and getting fired. That now you don't have to worry about that. So you don't have to worry. Even if he doesn't declare his love for you or whatever. He's telling you this so you don't have to worry about the flirting and whatever, right? You say quietly, your words almost a murmur. Mettaton hums. I thought you'd like it. Because I can finally kiss you as much as I want without needing a rehearsal to do that. Your eyes widen, your breath getting caught in your throat. Did you hear him right? Mettaton then laughs with all his soul. Oh, darling, the look on your face is priceless. You're so shocked that you can't even get mad at him for mocking you. Are you serious? He nods and you shake your head in disbelief. So why did you lie about the script? Mettaton sighs, passing a hand through his hair, the red highlights catching your attention. If I told you the truth, it'd ruin the surprise, darling. You arch one brow at him, his words making you even more confused. Mettaton chuckles. You see, love, when I told you about the surprise, it was just a bluff, beautiful, a silly hope that your heart felt the same as mine. So I actually took my time this week to make sure I knew how you felt. It all began with your reaction to making the choreography. I could hear your heartbeat from miles away, darling. Your eyes widen a fraction. Wait, he can hear your heartbeat? That means he already knew how much he affected you. How embarrassing! You want to dig a hole and never come out again. You're also kind of afraid to think of what other features Alphys put on his body. Alphys is dangerous. Alphys is dangerous. And your reactions only got better as the week went by, so I had a feeling that I was right. And the play, I made up in my mind. He gives you a sly smirk and you swallow dry, remembering what happened. The way you kissed me was something else, darling. I was barely able to refrain myself from confessing right there. We should definitely do it again sometime. You shake your head with a stunned chuckle, ignoring the heat of your cheeks. So you're lifting the ban just so you can kiss me? The ban's outdated anyway. I already know about the secret dating, and the aggressive wooing has stopped. I see no use in it anymore. The small smile lifts the corner of your lips. You didn't answer my question. Mettaton rolls his eyes at your insistence. Fine. Yes, darling, I also lifted the band so I could kiss you. Happy now? Mettaton then mutters, and you can barely hear him. Well, not just kissing, but you arch one eyebrow. What do you mean? I mean dating, darling. If you want, of course. You look at him with a serious expression for a moment and then chuckle. Soon the chuckle turns into a full-blown laugh as the stress of the week leaves your body. What's so funny, darling? You rub your watery eyes. I've been worrying all this time that I couldn't show you my feelings or you'd fire me. You shake your head with a grin. And now I know that you already knew about them and also that you feel the same. This is crazy. Oh, darling, I'd never fire you. I don't want you to think that you work for me. I want you to work with me. He grabs your hand with his metallic one. You've enraptured my heart since the day we've met. Didn't you say something like that at a rehearsal? You give a small nod. I feel the same. You feel a smile lift your lips. Did you mean it, the words you said that day? You remember the story, and now you can see how much it resembles yours and Mettaton's. And now that you know he actually made up the lines, it all makes sense. Each one of them. He gets closer and holds your face with one hand, glancing at your lips. His gaze is gentle but eager as he looks into your eyes. Can I? You nod and Mettaton closes the distance between you, his lips touching yours for a second time this week. But this time he doesn't hold back and soon pulls you closer to him, deepening the kiss as his hands make you stay flush against his body. You can hear his fans working fast and you smile in the kiss. Mettaton doesn't need to breathe, but you, on the contrary, do, and as soon as you have to pull away, chest heaving as oxygen fills your lungs again. Mettaton licks his lips, impatient to keep going, and you smirk. Are you sure this surprise is about what I have been wanting? He narrows his eyes before closing the small distance between you. No more talking. He captures your lips once again, and you try not to chuckle in the kiss. His hands begin to roam over your body, and you shiver. You thread your fingers in his hair and pull a little, earning a groan from him. Someone knocks at the door, making you jump in Mettaton's arms. Mettaton! I'm kind of busy right now, darling. Come back later. He begins to kiss your neck and you bite your lip as goosebumps rise up on your arm. But, sir, the little white dog absorbed your Dior makeup kit. Mettaton raises his head, enraged expression contorting his features. He did what? That's expensive. Whatever kind of makeup kit we're talking about. Dior makeup. That's expensive, man. Mettaton heads for the door with quick, almost desperate strides. I'll be back in a second, love. Don't go anywhere. You chuckle as he closes the door. Sighing happily, you aren't able to stop the grin stretching across your face. You're probably grinning from ear to ear, but you couldn't care less. Everything is finally falling into place. You! The door, oh no, the door flies open and your heart stops for a moment as Archie appears in the doorway. He doesn't look happy to see you here. You! Is Archie just jealous? I think Archie's jealous. I knew you were up to something. Archie has a furious look in his eyes as he looks around the room. Who are you hooking up with? None of your business. Pardon me? Your lips are all red. Red with Dior lipstick. And I know that isn't your lipstick. You should wipe the stuff off your face before you kiss somebody, right? You clench your fists trying to control your anger, but this guy's pissing you off and you're about to snap. Who the hell does he think he is to talk to you like this? It's none of your business. That's what I said. Good for you, Melty. Of course it is. Don't you remember the band? You grit your teeth, but Mettaton appears behind Archie and puts a hand on his shoulder. Archie, calm down. She's with me. Boss? Archie furrows his brows and you can almost hear his brain working as he puts everything together. Did she force you into this? What? You clench your fists until your nails are digging into your palm. How dare he accuse of you something like that? Mettaton walks up to you and puts a hand on your shoulder, probably to stop you from doing something reckless like punching Archie straight in the face. This was all very consensual, Archie. But boss, the ban! I lifted the ban. You what? I lifted it. There's no need for you to worry like this. Of course there's a need to worry. Your image could be ruined. This could cause a scandal. America! Where are we? Maybe we're not in America. I'm assuming we're in America. This... Pop stars can date in, like, in America, I think in most Western, like, Korea and, Japan, Korea, let's just use Korea, because Korea, like, a K-pop star, they're not allowed to date. Because it causes all this problem. Like, fans get jealous and weird, and it's, I don't know. I guess I understand if you're a little kid, or you're, like, young, 13, you get jealous of those kind of things, but I feel like as an adult, you can like a celebrity or something, but you know you're not going to be with them, right? Because it's like a parasocial kind of thing. There's nothing wrong, there's nothing wrong with that in moderation. You like a celebrity or something. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, I think he's so charming. He's so funny. Something like that. But if they get together with somebody, it's not like you ever met them. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I feel like it should be okay that Mettaton dates us, even if it came out publicly, because I feel like at least fans here would not be like, well, now I can't like Mettaton because he has a girlfriend or whatever, right? I think so. Of course, there's no need to worry. Your image could be ruined. This could cause a scandal. Mettaton sighs. You don't know how he has this amount of patience. I know you're doing your job, Archie, but it's okay. But I'll do anything to be with her. Mettaton interrupts the man, interlacing his fingers with yours. He looks at you with a warm gaze and you feel your body relax, your fist loosening up. And what's fame without a little scandal here and there? He laughs and Archie looks at him with a horrified look on his face. Let's go, love. Mettaton heads out the door, pulling you along with him. Don't stress out too much, Archie. Go celebrate the success of the performance. The robot waves his hand at his image consultant, who's still glued to the spot. You know, maybe being an image consultant would be actually the worst thing ever. Because, like, you have no control over the person, and yet you have to clean up 100% of the mess? I take back what I said. It would be fun to work with a robot. I don't know if I want to have to deal with it. Toodles! You look back at Archie with a smug smirk. He narrows his eyes at you and you swear they glow red. But a second later, he shakes his head and looks around in confusion, as if he's just woke up from a dream and the red is gone. What, so was he under some kind of like mind control thing, or is it... Mettaton keeps pulling your hand as you walk through the corridor. Some employees turn around to look as you pass and you focus on Mettaton, ignoring the curious looks. Where are we going? It would also be horrible to date a celebrity. Right? I think it depends, like, lower level celebrity probably is more okay. Like nerd celebrity would basically be okay, because like maybe general population doesn't know, but if they like have to go to a convention, then you're maybe like, peace, have fun, see ya when it's done, you know. But like if you're like dating Lady Gaga or somebody like big, good luck, girl. Like, you get no privacy. It's rough. I don't know. Where are we going? My flat, of course. You arch one brow at him playfully. Can I ask why? I think we desperately need to have a heart-to-heart, darling. And I'm not talking about fighting. You stare at him with raised eyebrows, but he just laughs, putting his arm around your waist and pulling you to him. You huff. Whatever you say, boss. You put an emphasis on the last word and smirk when his heart lights up for a moment. Can you imagine having a heart that lights up and like, it's such a tell? That would be horrible. I would hide it all the time. Are you kidding? We're not gonna make it if you keep doing this. Alright. Boss. Mettaton narrows his eyes, his hand tightening his grip on your waist. You're terrible. He whispers in your ear. Just wait till we get there, love. You let out a nervous laugh in the implication, your heart beating faster, and hug his waist as he pulls you close to him. You walk together to Mettaton's pink limo, too focused on each other to worry about who's looking. And even if someone spots you getting in his car, the way he smiles at you makes you forget about everything else. You can't believe this all started because of a simple dance. You glance at Mettaton by your side and smile. And hopefully, there'll be many more dances with this beautiful robot in the future. Is this sound? Oh, it's the ending song. I wasn't sure it was a sound effect. This was so cute. This was so cute. Oh, this was cute. Thank you for playing, darling. Thank you for making it, darling. You know, okay. Because, like, sometimes you just want this kind of game. And this game knew what it was and delivered on what it was. It didn't try to be something else. It was so good. This was like everything I wanted and more. It was fantastic. I liked it. I like that it does like your kind of stereotypical like romance kind of trope stuff, but also like acknowledged certain things, like is worrying about getting fired because you like somebody, you like your boss, and like the potential implications. I feel like they addressed it at least a little bit, as opposed to just blowing through that with no concern. I feel like they balance things pretty well. I also like that it's relatively inclusive, because like you can pick your pronouns, so and it doesn't really like change the story, which that's good, that's important, you know? Everyone should have an opportunity to be able to date Mettaton, I like the inclusion of Bluky being kind of like a little helper, little Cupid. Yes. That was very cute. I like the little shoutouts. The only person who didn't get a shoutout, not shoutout, like a mention, was Toriel, Everybody else, I mean, they talked about Asgore in the play with Frisk and all that. I don't know if that really counts. But like everybody else got a mention except for Toriel. But I mean, it doesn't matter. Beside, the point is, even like Bratty, Caddy, they were in here, like mentioned. I like that. There's a lot of good detail of like, fan of Undertale will like know certain things, folding those in well to the story. That's cute. It was very good. Khywae, thank you very much for this wonderful meal of a game. I appreciate it very much. Yes, and please go check out their other games. If you like oh geez, what is that called? Ladybug, a cat, boy, girl, them, person. I don't know. There's a ladybug person, girl, and a cat person who's very popular. People really thirst after that cat person. I don't know if it's I don't know. I don't know the gender of this character, but the point is, they made another game of that series. So if you like that series, check that one out. So, did you enjoy the date with Mettaton? Because I sure did. It was so good. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this brought a little smile to your face, especially to those who Valentine's Day feels like a Single Awareness Day, or you feel down on Valentine's Day, you wish it was a different way, kind of thing like that. Hang in there. I'm not trying to tell you how to feel. You need to feel what you need to feel, and that's okay. But I think I don't know. I guess keep in mind that the most important thing, I think, out of everything is like self-love and working towards getting to know yourself better and being able to like the person that you are. And I think if you're taking any steps towards that, that's really important and great and should be thought about on this day as well as just like in general love. That's what I like to do. Like thinking about family or like found family, friends, pets, any kind of love that you have. It doesn't have to be necessarily romantic love, even though I feel like that's the one that's pushed the most. I think realizing that you are loved is really important, and taking today to think about that. Maybe not in all the ways you want, but that there are people that care about you and love you in your life. I think that's really important, as well as, you know, the dating Mettaton and all of that fun stuff. They should, I think, are both really important. Ne? Because I also think that, like, the road to loving yourself isn't like, now I love myself and life's easy. I wish for Mettaton, ne? I think it is how that works, ne? But we all can't be as fabulous as Mettaton. We try, but you know, it's not gonna be like that. I think it takes a long time, and just be patient with yourself. And like, maybe you see other people, you get jealous or whatever, but like, you don't know their relationship, you don't know their life. Everyone's got their own road and their own path, and just try to focus on yours and do something that makes you feel good today. Or if that's too hard and it's like you're not there yet, you can't like do something loving to yourself because you're just like, man, I'm so garbage. That's okay. Then maybe just don't beat yourself up today. Even that, I feel like, is a step towards loving yourself and trying to get there. Because I don't think you can just immediately like flip the switch and now you can do all these like self-care things. Sometimes I think it takes a while of not doing the painful things to yourself and keep practicing that before you can even do something positive. And that's okay too. You know, just take your time, hang in there, and try to do something fun for yourself today. Yes, I'll be making funfetti cake, engaging in my own Valentine's Day rituals, and now with my pal Shun Shun, it's gonna be a good time. I hope you have a good rest of your day. So, until I see you, whenever I see you next, remember to be kind to others, but especially yourself on Valentine's Day. Because Mettaton will want that for you, yes. So, take care, I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye! My name is Meltica, and welcome to our Halloween? Welcome to the Halloween. I keep saying Halloween, what is wrong with me? Halloween. Oh my god.